and welcome to Too Many Movies, the podcast where we discuss DVDs, Blu-rays, and even the occasional VHS tape. I'm your host, Hal, and welcome to the very first Too Many Movies horror grab bag episode. What's a horror grab bag episode, you ask? You stupid fucking The horror grab bag episode is where I take 4 guests and let them choose one movie from the horror section of my collection. It could be this one, or maybe this one. No, not this one. No, try again. No, not that one. So sit back and relax and enjoy this year's horror grab bag episode. Alright, Chaos. Welcome to the horror grab bag episode. How are you doing?
Liberals, I hate them so much.
Me too.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling, to be honest.
That's what you downloaded before we started.
Yes.
You know what? Completely and totally worth it. I'm so proud of that. Anyway, so we're in the horror grab bag episode. Chaos, what is the horror movie you wanted to talk about today?
Why, I wanted to talk about David Cronenberg's The Fly.
The Fly, yeah. Yeah, this is a movie I've always wanted to see, not just because of it being a Cronenberg classic, but it's one of those horror classics you hear so much about. And yeah, no, I was very excited to watch this. I have it on Blu-ray. I found it on Blu-ray at a Book Off, a store I've mentioned a couple of times. It's funny. It was it's in the middle of Times Square. It's near Times Square, I think. It's because it's in New York City. When I got it, I found the box for it, and I didn't think to look inside. So when I brought it up to the front counter to buy it, there was no disc in it because you know it's so then people don't steal any movies. So they're just like, all right, here's the box, and then the woman had to go find the Blu-ray so like stashed behind the counter and be like, she like showed me the disc and was like, is this the right movie? And I'm like, you work here, lady, you should know. So little fun story.
Oh, that's
there.
fucking rich.
Yeah. So but I'll still go back to Book Off. It's a nice place. But anyway,
Yeah, that's good.
That out of the way. Chaos, what did you think of The Fly?
That is a very good question, because like the main reason why I wanted to choose this is because David Cronenberg is actually a director I've been meaning to get into a lot because of his because of a lot of his horror themed stuff, especially with The Fly being like a cornerstone of body horror. I feel like Cronenberg in general and The Fly is something that gets brought up when people talk about other films like The Substance or the upcoming Clayface film. So that definitely had me interested. And finally watching it for the first time today, I mean, I didn't even log in on Letterboxd yet, but wow, what a fucking movie.
Yeah, no, this was my first time watching it too. I've seen a couple of Cronenbergs before, that being, what was it, Videodrome, Scanners, and Naked Lunch. And I do genuinely have positive feelings about all of them. It's been a while since I've seen them, but I do think they're very good. Yeah, no, and The Fly, I don't ask me which ones I prefer, but I still really enjoyed The Fly, because it was very much a Cronenberg film where it's slow and kind of like quiet, but then very loud when it gets to like the fucking special effects and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. It's a film that like even when it brings you right into it, it like really takes its time with like letting you get to know these characters outside the body horror stuff, I feel.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's interesting because it does drop you right into it. Like it literally opens on Jeff Goldblum finding Gina Davis at a party and being like, hey, want to come back to my place? And they go back to his place and he's already built the transporter machine. So it's like, oh, okay, we're getting right into it. But then, yes, the rest of the movie is about really experiencing this story with these characters. You really get to know these characters a lot more.
Right. I think with like really getting to know each of these characters, that kind of ties into like my personal favorite aspect of the movie and how it uses its premise and its characters to specifically explore themes of toxic masculinity, which I didn't expect at first, but it's done like super well, specifically with Seth with Jeff Goldblum's character,
Yeah,
Seth Rundle.
totally. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, because he is the main character, so you think he's going to be the dashing hero, and you think the uh, what's the other guy's name? Stathis Borens. You know, he's very much a creep, like straight up. Like the first time you see him, he's just being an asshole. uh,
Exactly.
he's a total
And
asshole
with
throughout the
those,
rest of the movie, which is hilarious.
yeah. And like with those 30, and we kind of do get to see him develop from being an asshole to like less of an asshole who still cares about Veronica's well-being. But
Yeah,
with those first 30 minutes, I feel like that the movie does introduce its themes super well with showing workplace entitlement with this douche being Veronica's editor and feeling more entitled to her time
hmm
and pleasure, which
yeah.
is very yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting behavior. And I love it because it's not like totally like very, I mean, it's upfront about it, but in a way that I still can enjoy this character, like because I think he is a big huge douchebag, but he's still in a funny way, but also in a way that's still like I don't know, just the way it like balances the douchiness of this character where he can still be an enjoyable presence in the movie and still be disgusting and getting these themes like done so in a way that's still appropriate. um it really is interesting. And again, the fact that he's like this douchebag character, and even throughout the movie, he's still, I don't know, level headed for still being a douchebag character. Cause he's like, yeah, the whole thing with him is that he's, um, you know, really being obnoxious towards Veronica. And yet he still lets her be this journalist, still like, you know, because he's her boss, he's still just like, all right, go get this story. You know, he's being very controlling, but still understanding while being controlled.
Yeah.
It's a kind of character that I was expecting I would know, and by the end, I'm like, they're really doing a lot of things differently with this type of character that I've never seen done before in a movie. It was really
Right.
interesting to see.
Yeah. And as the movie goes on, we do actually kind of get to see him showing his more caring side, even though he is still more of a control freak, which is
Yeah,
a really interesting and nuanced way to write this character, where I feel like it's very easy to just write someone like this as a complete asshole
hmm
and it'd still work. But with this, I think it adds a level of depth to the movie and the message that I personally wasn't really expecting when watching it, especially compared to Seth's character and how he just degrades throughout the movie.
yeah. So Seth, yeah, Jeff Goldblum's character, he's the guy who creates the transporter machine. He's like, oh yeah, I'm making this machine that can transport matter throughout space, and it's gonna change and revolutionize transportation forever. I like the little detail at the beginning where they're in the car and he goes, I'm getting a little motion sick because he can't be in moving vehicles. So that's why he created the transporter. So then he wouldn't have to be in a moving vehicle to get places.
Exactly. Yeah. Details like that are just also really fun. But then, after like those first 30 minutes, he does transport himself. Right before a really fucking gruesome scene with the first teleporter experiment,
Yeah,
because
with the
my God.
baboon. Yeah, I like,
Hmm.
so obviously Cronenberg is known for his special effects, for having like really gory and really intense body horror in his movies. And the really intense stuff doesn't really occur until like the second half, even into like the climax. Whereas here, but like in the first hour or so of the movie, I guess really the big thing is when, yeah, the monkey goes through, the baboon goes through, and then it comes out and it's just inside out.
Ah, yeah. that really threw me off guard.
Hmm.
But in such a very good way where it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to take it slow throughout most of the time, but this is the kind of shit that you're going to see later on.
Exactly. Yeah. It knows what to kind of plop in the first half to really get you hooked, without revealing too much. So then by the end, it's kind of tiresome. No,
Right.
it's put mostly towards the end, so then you can work your way up to it. And again, what happens in the first half is mostly character stuff. When you have Seth and Veronica kind of bonding with each other, while still, making this machine work. I like the aspect of the reason they can't transport flesh just yet is because um the computer just can't comprehend flesh. It just can't comprehend the intricacies, like the little details of what makes up a living being. Like it can only really work with inanimate objects, because then
Yeah,
we
all
find
the
out.
little intricacies.
Yeah, we find out because he does the steak experiment. He has cooked steak that hasn't been transported and cooked steak that has been transported. The steak that has been transported is not the original steak. It's synthetic. It's what the computer is imagining what a steak would be like. So when they taste it, they go,
Wait a minute. Synthetic?
"Oh
Say
no.
that
Oh
again.
no." God damn it. Oh,
That one's for you, Danis.
yeah, good. You're welcome, Danis.
Uh,
But what I mean is that, yeah, it's not the real steak because it's been transported. Because again, you're taking all these atoms and transporting them through space, and then the computer has to then imagine, or the computer then has to visualize what it was before. And you can kind of get away with that with inanimate objects, but when it becomes a living thing, then it's a lot different. So then you get what the computer thinks is steak. And so when they taste it, they go, "Oh, this is disgusting. This is gross." Because the computer can't comprehend. So then Seth says, "I have to teach the computer, about flesh, about living things and stuff like that." It doesn't really show what he does to make it learn that. But that is a very interesting aspect that I wasn't really expecting. The whole, like, a computer or a machine having to visualize what it means to be human or what it means to be living at all. Like,
right.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Which oddly feels kind of relevant to
mhm.
the computer age that we're in today. And I heard that Videodrome is kind of like the same deal with how it predicted a lot about technology. But
Yes.
I do feel like that The Fly is progressive in a different kind of way, where we do see that after Seth does his transportation with the fly inside the machine while he was, and we kind of see those toxic masculine elements start to grow out a little more as this fly gave him superpowers. And he finally talks about how finally transporting has finally let him be his true self, even though as the film goes on, he becomes way more controlling and way more cocky of his own his own build now.
Yeah, his own powers, his own fly superpowers, as it were. Um, yeah, no, it's really cool seeing him kind of degrade, not just visually, with him becoming more and more disgusting visually with like all the fly acne and the fly hairs and him literally melting before our eyes, but also his attitude kind of degrading over time, where he goes, "No, I deserve this. Like this is I deserve to be the fly."
Yeah, you see, that's a very impressive part about the movie. There were literally no prosthetics and effects used for that. Jeff Goldblum can literally just do that naturally,
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Yeah, I am the fly. That's chaos theory.
Yeah. Okay. So what else happens in this film? Hmm. Oh, yeah, he starts growing little fly hairs on the back of his skin. And literally, when he starts getting into like fucking arm wrestling matches, not only does he like literally break a guy's arm, but you can also see like the white pus coming out of his hands, and it's
Yeah.
yeah, perfect foreshadowing. That's also really fucking gross.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly disgusting. Like the stuff they do in this movie, where he literally vomits on a donut in order for him to eat it. It takes the fly aspect of him turning into a fly very literally. I love the little jerky movements he does later in the movie when he's really starting to embrace the fly aspect of his DNA, and he's just twitching around, and he's literally turning into a fly at that point. He's
Yeah,
acting
and
like a fly.
yeah,
It's great.
yeah, and his voice also getting more buzzy as it goes on to the point where the computer can't even comprehend it,
Right.
which
Yeah.
is actually very cool because we see him trying to teach the fly about, well, trying to teach his own computer about humanity. But the more that he becomes more fly and less human, the computer can't even recognize his own voice anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That is
that's a
a
good
yeah,
point.
that's a really cool detail that I just picked up on. But yeah, as the film goes on, I definitely do think that the highlight of it is the body horror because it's like supremely gross in the absolute best way possible.
Yeah. Not just from like the aspect of him degrading, but even in the dream sequence. So, Gina Davis's character at one point re- reveals she's pregnant with Seth's baby. And it's like, oh, uh, Seth post transporting, which means he's got
Oh,
fly
they.
DNA in there. Um,
Yep.
and she has this great moment where she's just demanding she doesn't want that being in her, and so she go and yeah, it's revealed to be a dream the first time. Spoilers, but she goes to get an abortion. And they're pulling it out, and it's just this giant fucking larva. This giant larva
Um,
fetus.
so good.
Yeah, at
Yeah,
first I was
that's like
no. Go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say that's like I think that's when it really clicked into me of just how progressive this movie is because the toxic masculinity aspect is one thing. While very well done, it's also been done in like plenty of other great films even around the time. Like I think American Psycho is definitely a popular example and a bunch of other films out there as well. But very few films I've seen have actually, especially back then, have really tried to tackle the topic of abortion. And I think this film does it especially well of highlighting the aspect of abortion where a lot of women who do want to get an abortion, yeah, it's a valid choice, especially since instances like this where the baby could just suffer or be deformed, or even other instances where this movie doesn't mention it, where they're just not able to take care of the baby. But stuff like this is what leads to future films and discussions building on that. And on top of that, you also get the added element of Seth being very controlling
Mm-hmm.
of Veronica wanting to get the abortion because Seth wants to preserve his fly sperm. And it's and despite all like the fly body horror, I feel like aspects like this really make the film feel closer to home. And I think it's why it's really important for a lot of these movies to go all out, especially with like their messaging while still honing in on on the horror or body horror aspects or any other aspects that they want to do, because that's how they draw people in to watch them while also teaching them something valuable that they can apply to
Absolutely.
their own experiences.
Yeah, exactly. And it never feels like one aspect of the movie is trumping over the other. I feel like it's balancing this stuff extremely well. Like, yeah, they're going to get an abortion, and I'm never just rolling my eyes like, "Oh, great, the movie's dealing with abortion." Like, no, it deals with it in a really well way where it makes sense for the characters. She's literally afraid that there's this fly demon baby in her womb. She doesn't want it. Like, yeah, get that shit out of here. Like, and she repeats the phrase, "I don't want it in my body. I don't want it in my body." It really sticks with you in that sort of way. But then you also get the cool horror moment where they literally pull a fucking larva puppet out of her womb. It's great. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. And then that also leads to like the whole climax where Seth brings her back one more time to his lab where he wants to literally merge all of them together to bring them together, which I can't even imagine how gross that would be.
Yeah.
And that's where the body horror reaches his absolute peak. Like he literally fucking melts a guy's hand and foot off
It's so
with
good.
his own spit.
Yeah, so now Stathis, no, what's his name? I keep forgetting it because Stathis Borns. What a name. Anyway, Stathis comes in to the lab with the shotgun to rid everything else. So at this point, he's the hero of the movie. You're just thinking, wow, I can't believe it. The douchebag character. Like, I mean, this was made before Beauty and the Beast, but he is kind of essentially a Gaston-like character where he thinks he's entitled to the girl and you're not really supposed to root for him. But after watching this movie, you think, actually, I'm on Stathis's side. Like, what the fuck? But but point is, yeah, then Jeff Goldblum comes in and vomits all over his hand and it disintegrates or it just melts before your eyes because of his acidic vomit. Like, ugh. Yeah, and then yeah, Jeff Goldblum just starts to really deteriorate after that. His face kind of fucking like not explodes, but it kind of melts off, and you get the bug eyes instead of the regular eyes. Yeah, it's just the body horror is totally front and center at this point as he's just disintegrating into this disgusting fly creature.
Yeah, and oh my God, like the way that I was gonna say the effects, but no, this is just something that Jeff Goldblum can do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he can just turn. Yeah, he can just rip off his jaw and turn into a fly person.
Yeah, he can put the gun on his head and he can just explode blood out of his head like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. See, look here, Veronica. As you can see, I am the fly now.
Here's I,
Oh.
the fly. That's fly theory.
But hey, it's just a theory.
Oh, a fly theory. Yeah, no, it's easily the best part of the movie is when the fly effects are on full display, and you can tell the difference of when he eventually becomes just straight up a puppet. But I mean, even still,
it's a fucking good puppet.
It's a really good puppet. The detail, the meltedness, it's spectacular. It's gross, fucking disgusting and gross. But man, is it real? It's so good.
Yeah.
And my favorite part about it all is all of this culminates. She eventually, aims the gun at his head, and she can't do it actually at first. She's just because the whole ordeal is just fucked from start to finish. That she turns the gun away, but then Jeff Goldblum has to be the one to put the barrel on his head and be like, "No, do it, fucking end me." And then
that's like the oh my God, I love that ending so much because it's literally Seth finally merging with his own machine and being disgusting fly creature. He has no power left.
Yeah,
he's completely crippled, and at this point he just wants to finally be put out of pasture because his body has been so mutated and contorted so much. And I think this really highlights the tragedy of the film and how beautifully it's so set up, where even with Seth becoming more entitled and consumed by power and going insane, there's always been this little bit of his mind left that's just screaming out for help.
Yeah, this is definitely a tragedy because even though Seth does some horrible shit throughout the movie, it's total, like you've been saying, toxic masculinity kind of put up front and center. You still feel bad for him. You're just like, this is a horrible situation. You feel sorry for him by the end when he does get his brains blown out. Again, best part about that, he gets his brains blown out, and that's the end of the movie. There's no falling action. Like, once he's dead, that's it.
Yeah, I especially love that because the moment that happens, it just sticks with you, man. It just sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing else to ruin the moment.
Yeah, I think that's what's really great about this movie. There's really no fat. Again, it just drops you right in. He's already made the transporter machine. Then you have all this movie where, you have all these different moments with the characters, and it builds up to the body horror. And once the body horror is there, and after he shoots himself, that's it. You don't need anything more. The movie is in and out with what it wants to show you. So there's nothing to really There's no fat, like I've been saying. There's no fat to it. It gets right to the point.
Exactly, and every single scene is important and contributes heavily to the film.
Exactly, to the story, to the characters, to whatever,
Yeah,
to whatever cool moment you can remember in the movie. It's great. It's
yeah,
yeah, it's genuinely what a remake should be. Because remember, technically, this is a remake, but it's great because you don't have to watch the original in order to get something out of this movie. Because again, I watched this before I saw the original, and I fucking loved it. I thought it was still just a spectacular movie all on its own.
nice. I
Yeah.
still need to watch the original.
So the original, it's interesting because while I was watching this movie, I'm thinking, the movie is very B movie coded with its concept of, oh, science experiment gone wrong. And the fact that it's just called The Fly, that is so corny and cheesy. But then you watch the movie, and like we've been saying, it's a great tragedy. It's this really tragic story about a man turning into a fly, and there's nothing beyond that. Like, he's just fucked forever, like, until he dies. Like that's it. It's just so tragic. So you're thinking, okay, the original is a lot more cheesy and kind of out there. But then you watch the original. The original itself is also kind of heavy, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's still cheesy because it's the 1950s and the special effects aren't nearly as good as they once were. I love 50s special effects, but they're not timelessly phenomenal like the
Right,
remake is. The Cronenberg remake, the effects in there, yes, they've aged a little because you know when something is a puppet and when it's not, but you're still impressed no matter what with the effects on screen. Whereas in the 50s, it's a special effect. It's pretty hilarious looking at that people were frightened of it, but you still find charm in that. You still find charm in 1950 special
right.
effects. Um, but yeah, the original, I actually do think it takes itself very seriously, and it's not, you got the 1950s acting as well that is kind of out there. But I think it really does also have. I'm not going to spoil it because I highly recommend people check it out. But I was just very impressed with how much it took itself seriously, almost as much as the remake did. So I was really impressed the fact that both the remake and the original, despite having, despite being titled The Fly and having the okay to be these cheesy B horror movies, they take themselves very seriously. And I think in different ways, obviously, really explore this topic in very interesting ways.
Yeah. I will say I did also see after finishing this movie that there is a sequel to the remake,
Oh,
unfortunately.
yeah, I saw that too. I want
Yeah.
to watch it so badly because it sounds horrible. I can't wait.
Oh God.
So yeah, at the
Yeah.
time of us recording, I haven't seen it. Maybe by the end of the month I'll see it, depending. But yeah, it looks hilarious. It's also got was it Princess Vespa from Spaceballs in it? So it's
Oh
probably,
fucking
yeah,
God.
and Eric Stoltz. So it's like, wow,
Oh God.
this is our replacements for Jeff Goldblum and
The
Gina
premise
Davis.
of it in general just sounds so fucking stupid, where it's like, oh, actually Veronica didn't get through with the abortion, and now we're focusing on this uh fucking fly kid.
Hilarious.
Son of the fly.
Yeah, Son of the
Kill me.
Fly. Yeah, because we all know when you have a movie about the son of a monster, it's always good. Remember Son of Kong?
Yeah.
Movie
And that's not
everybody
even the
loves.
worst. Yeah, that's not even the worst of it. Son of the Mask is just straight up one of the worst fucking things that I've ever seen.
That's right, Son of the Mask. Everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Clearly made me write the Geneva Conventions on Letterboxd.
Now that's a truly scary film.
Exactly.
uh, But yeah, no, I was very much impressed with David Cronenberg's The Fly. This is one of those very important movies you have to see, and it totally lived up to the hype. I was very, very impressed with it. Um, yeah, do we have anything else we want to say before I get a little into this Blu-ray?
Yeah, I guess to add on to that with my final thoughts, I definitely think after seeing it, it's one of the most quintessential horror films where, unlike a lot of the films and like a lot of the slasher franchises I've seen, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and maybe this month Halloween, I feel like The Fly is like actually horrifying and disgusting to watch while
Hmm.
also being extremely rich and tragic when it comes to its actual writing,
Yes.
especially compared to a lot of those films I just mentioned. And I have a fuck ton of respect for it.
Oh, I think Jason Goes to Hell is tragic. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, no. I mean, you're not wrong.
You want to see something truly tragic? Watch Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael Myers. No, but I get what you mean. Yeah, because yeah, you always grow up hearing about the slashers and how scary they are, and then you watch Friday the 13th sequels, and the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels. You're like, how does anybody find these scary? They're not scary.
They're fucking awesome and
Oh yeah,
funny, but
oh
they're
yeah.
not the most scary.
No, of course. I love the Friday the 13th sequels, but I would never classify them as scary. I would classify them as
Yeah.
horror, but not scary. Whereas The Fly,
Right.
yes, I can visualize watching this movie and being
Now,
terrified of it.
Halloween Resurrection, that's a scary film right there.
No, that's just good. That's just the best Halloween movie. It's got Buster Rhymes. What more do you want?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but I completely agree. There are horror movies out there that I've said before with Alien, that's a horror movie that does terrify me. And it's not, I mean, just because of what it does thematically, what it does with its scares, like how subtle it is. The Fly, same thing. I can see this, I wasn't scared, but I was creeped out. I was creeped out by watching Seth kind of degrade. Again, not just visually with him literally melting before our eyes into a fly monster, but his attitude degrading, him becoming way more toxic.
Right. And I think that's like the biggest staying power of the fly just
Hmm.
being one of the most gross films in Hollywood, while also being one of its tragic and best written, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, tragic. I love that we use that word with this movie because it's tragic.
Yeah. So about that Blu-ray,
So it's one of these classic Blu-rays from, I want to say, yeah, 2007, when Blu-ray was really starting to kick off. It's advertising beyond high definition and stuff like that. It was really cool. It has a fly swatter game where you can watch the movie, and every once in a while a fly will pop up, and you have to use your remote to fucking smash it or something like that. I never got a chance to play
oh
it because
wow.
it plays during the movie, and I already watched the movie, so I thought I'm not gonna like watch it all again just to play the fly game, whatever. But maybe
Yeah,
someday I will.
just want some flies.
Yeah.
Just be very careful with that Blu-ray because if it was released in 2007, which we all know is a critic's second least favorite year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It would be even worse if it was released in 2009.
Yeah. Well, it'd be even worse if it was released before 2005, because we all know anything before 2005 is old and stupid.
Oh no.
Wait, it was released in 1986? Oh, all right. I'm sorry, Ryan. You can't
Oh,
enjoy it.
fuck. That's it. Episode's canceled. Scrap the recording. We're done.
Well, you know what? I'll still keep the Blu-ray because I thought it was a very good movie. So that's what I'll say. I guess any interest in owning it yourself?
Yeah, probably someday. I still need to clear out a lot of my DVDs, to be honest, because
Right.
my current plan is to just get rid of a lot of them so that way I can build up my Blu-ray collection of stuff that I actually like and want to own, like my personal favorites.
Yeah.
I already got some of my favorites up on my shelf, like Prince of Egypt, Dark Crystal, even got Pink Floyd recently,
Mm-hmm.
so still been meaning to give that a rewatch. But I think when I do get stuff cleared out, then yeah, I absolutely want to add The Fly to my collection. I loved it a lot, and it's probably going on my favorites list. So
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. I love that we could. You know what? This is a very positive section of this episode. We haven't recorded the other sections because I haven't gotten to them yet, but at least we love The Fly. You know, The Fly, just what a surprising movie. I was very pleased with it. This is always nice when you haven't watched a movie, it's been in the collection a while. I get to watch it, and I ended up loving it. This is great.
hell yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for your section, Chaos. I'm going to move on to another part of this horror grab bag episode. Uh, I'll see you people in a few seconds. Okay, bye. All right, Cac. Welcome to the what is this? The horror grab bag episode. That's what this is for. We're halfway through. We're not halfway through. We're just started, or maybe we didn't just start. I don't know where I'm placing this segment. What the fuck ever. Cac, what is the horror movie you recommended for the horror grab bag episode?
I recommended Creepshow, directed by George A. Romero and written by Stephen King.
Oh, I've heard of this movie because I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah, what a coincidence. I did too. How
Whoa.
about that?
Yeah. Yeah, you watched this in theaters yesterday, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. It was great. It was a lot of fun. Originally, me and a bunch of like other college friends were gonna go, but unfortunately, like half of them had to drop out because I don't know, what friends they are, being
'Cause they're
responsible college.
cringe.
They're cringe, exactly. Being responsible college students while I'm out here watching a horror movie from the 80s. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing? But
Yeah.
luckily, I was able to get one guy to go with me. He'd never seen it before. He's, kind of a Stephen King fan, though, so I figured, he'd enjoy it for, like, the writing and all that. So, and he liked it a lot. I'm glad we got to have a good time. And if nothing else, it was, let me just say ahead of time that it was priceless. Priceless seeing his reaction to the ending of that last segment, but we'll get to that when we get to that, so.
Yeah, the cool thing about Creepshow is that it's 5 different stories broken up, so it's kind of a anthology movie. But I would say all 5 stories are a lot of fun for various different reasons. I think I have my favorites.
Absolutely.
And I have ones that I don't care for as much, but they still have something to them that makes them fun.
Yeah, I think that's sort of a thing when it comes to horror anthology or just anthology movies in general. Like,
Sure.
there's usually like one really, really good segment or story, but then the others are like, okay, this is kind of interesting, but like either it's not really my cup of tea or it's cool conceptually, but there's some things that don't really work. I'd say again, like you, I obviously like some more than others, but I'd say this is like a real solid lineup of horror stories, especially ones that are sort of like paying homage to like classic horror comics. Do you want to talk about that actually? Because I think that's sort of like a vital part of this movie.
That is
sort
something
of like
that is something I noticed while rewatching this, is that a lot of the writing, and you get that in the visuals because there's occasionally visuals that look like straight out of a comic book, but the writing
like they
especially,
literally like imitate like frames and stuff, and like, and sometimes there'll be like a
border.
I don't know, like a title, a border, or like a box that says like 10 minutes later or da 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 da,
Yeah, but
so
even
yeah,
the
like they're
writing,
obviously
even the writing felt very comic-y. So especially in that first story where you have the family kind of explaining how their aunt murdered her father, you know, that felt very expository, but in a comic-y kind of way, where like I can just imagine the boxes of text writing out the story, or like the speech bubble above the characters' heads saying all this
Right.
dialogue.
Yeah. And I think you kind of pinned it to like very much in the spirit of like, you know, the old Tales from the Crypt or whatnot. These characters, not just in Father's Day, the first segment, but like I'd say like 90% of the cast, like throughout the movie, is like the worst, most fucking obnoxious people ever. They're like total assholes or just complete sociopaths, but it's so like I feel like in a lesser movie they would kind of, you know, it would be kind of a hard thing to balance, but I think they put all the actors, they play it up like just perfectly so that they're fun to watch, you know?
Yeah, the most
Like,
sympathetic character in this movie is the guy who kills his wife, and you're just like,
yeah,
cool, that rules.
right. Well, I guess like Stephen King is kind of
Oh yeah,
sympathetic
Jordy.
too, like
Yeah, he's just
Jordy, but
an idiot. He's just a big
yeah,
lunkhead. Which
a lunkhead,
isn't
yeah.
he does say lunkhead, right? Because the
Yeah,
DVD
lunkhead, yeah.
the DVD I have, the subtitles say nunkhead. So
Lunkhead?
Nunk head. I'm like, wait a minute, nunkhead? Is that just some?
It's a nunk.
I don't
I want
know.
to know what that is.
It's nunk, Nuki. It's Nuki.
Nuki. Nuki!
Yeah. But yeah, I guess you could argue. Yeah, Jordy's probably the most sympathetic because he's not a bad guy. He's just stupid. So
Yeah, you know, and he gets fucking infected by a green moss, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
So yeah,
green,
let's
yeah.
start with the first story then. That being the Father's Day segment.
Day.
Yeah, this one's probably my least favorite. I still like it because there's still enough to it that makes it fun, but it's probably the one I care the least about, where I'm just like, I don't really care for these characters.
Yeah,
But again, I still like the performances. I still like where it goes. I still love the effects and all that.
yeah, I 100% agree. I think even though I was just saying like all of the stories here are pretty great, I'd say this one is probably like the weak link. Like it definitely is the one where it's the one you start with, you know. It's kind of like to sort of like get you like it's sort of the movie like showing its hand and kind of like telling you like, okay, this is what the rest of the movie is gonna be like, you know.
Right. Yeah.
While also kind of like preparing you for like, you know, the big like you know, like the scares and the comedy, but also like, you know, the general like weird stylization. But yeah, I think also maybe this one is kind of missing like a real highlight performance.
Yeah.
Like again, like the actors in this aren't bad per se. I think they're really funny for what they're given. I especially really like what's her name? Aunt Sylvia, you know, the smoking woman.
The smoking catty bitch woman. Yeah. She was great.
Yeah. I love like her slow delivery of certain lines. Like I think in the first scene when they're all like in that park together, you know, they're just having there's like one line I picked up this time around that I just thought was fucking hilarious. It's like she's like talking to her niece and she's like, "Oh, Cass, pass the scones. You're such a hog." like she really enunciates like those.
She's so passive aggressive. It's great.
I know. It's amazing. But yeah, no. I guess story-wise, it's pretty simple. Do you want to kind of explain that or
so there's Aunt Bedelia. Her father's 184 years old, and he's annoying as sin, and so she kills him because he's demanding his cake for Father's Day, which granted, it's like wait a minute, cake on Father's Day? That's never been a tradition, not that I'm aware of.
Kind of weird, but I don't know. Maybe he just likes cake with every holiday, you know, like Halloween. It's like Bedelia, Where's my pumpkin cake?
Where's my Arbor Day cake?
Where's my tax day cake?
Tax day cake. We couldn't afford one this year.
You bitch! I want it now.
I want my tax day cake. It's just that you cut into it. It's just dollar bills. Oh, that'd rule. Yeah, no. So then she just kills him, and then she has great, great guilt over it, and so then she goes to the grave to meditate, and then wouldn't you know, it's time for him to rise from the grave, so he just rises from the grave going, "Where's my fucking cake?"
He's just like got fucking worms crawling out of his sockets, and oh, dude, like everything about that moment is just incredible. Like the music, how it's like sort of building, and like, you know, those like sort of like I don't know what you would call it. I always refer to it as like the John Carpenter jump scare synth, you know, sort of like that abrasive like sort of sound.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Because, you know, John Carpenter, like in fucking Halloween or whatever, when like Michael Myers appears, it's kind of like
it's kind of
that.
synthy.
So
yeah. No, I like that.
So that's what I yeah, but even like the lighting, like all the reds and the blues, like even though it's not coming from a natural source, like it fits, and again, like sort of like evoking that comic booky feel, like when something bad would happen, you know, sort of like these abstract colors would like come out of nowhere, but it's again really effective.
Every character in every story gets a chance to have a very colorful background behind them to evoke a very extreme reaction, because that's what you do in comic books. So it looks funny in live action, but not in a way that's embarrassing, in a way that you're just like, oh, that's neat, that's charming, I like that.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. And
I think that's I'm sorry. I think that's kind of like a good way of sort of describing this movie as a whole. It's really cute. You know, it's not the most scariest movie. It's not really that deep when you get down to it, but it's fun. I like showing this movie, and I think that's part of the reason why since 2022, I've rewatched it like every year, because I just really fucking love showing this movie to people, because there's really nothing quite like it, or at least not executed to like this level of like craftsmanship, you know. But anyway, Father's Day. So Nathan, that's the, you know, zombie dad. He goes out and he starts killing the other people. I want to talk about real quick the graveyard scene with Ed Harris. What a fucking scene, man. I love the atmosphere in it, like all the fog,
very
how fucking huge. Very much like classic Universal, you know. The moon is really big too, like freakishly huge. Like it reminds me of like Evil Dead, you know, like how the moon is like unrealistically big, but it's kind of cool. But I love the bit when he finds Bedelia's corpse in the grave, you know, and he's just like standing there, like, and like the tombstone is like sliding down on him. You know what I'm talking about?
Very tense scene, yes.
Yeah. But it's funny to me because he could have like get out, like he had like all this time to like get out, but he just kind of like sits there, and then all of a sudden when the tombstone finally drops on him, it's like he screams out like, ah! Like it's such a funny scream, you know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no.
I mean, the peak for me for this story is when Aunt Sylvia's head becomes the cake. Like he just comes out, he's just like, "Happy Father's Day," and her head's just the fucking.
The ending
cake.
is
it's iconic.
It's iconic. It's probably what most people remember the movie for, and it just makes the story, and how it just like abruptly ends from there and like transitions out. That's another cool thing. Like when every story kind of starts and ends, it's like it's the comic book in the real world, but then it transitions to, you know, the actual segment. So again, like very, very cool little visual touch.
Yeah,
but
it's like you're reading an entire comic book of these short little vignettes. Yes.
yeah. But anyways, next story. Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill. What do you think of this one, Hal?
I mean, this one's probably the simplest, and I mean, because it's literally just one character. I mean, you get the doctor character in the imagination of Jordy,
Yeah.
but it's literally just focused on Jordy.
Yeah.
So it's a very
And his
simple story because it's literally just
right.
he finds a meteor, he gets infected, and then he just dies. Like that's literally the story.
Yeah.
But what makes
Pretty
this
much.
very special is Stephen King himself being coked out of his mind. Like
Yes. This is
he is
peak Coke era
yeah,
Stephen King.
he is never not like wide-eyed in this story. Like he every frame he's on screen, his eyes are as wide as they can go, and it's like, all right, he was obviously doing a little bit of the beforehand because there's no way to explain how wide his eyes get.
I think a little bit is an understatement, but you know.
Yeah, he's coked out of his mind for sure. And that makes it funnier because Stephen King, when you watch him in action, he's not a great actor. Now, granted, because that's not what he was trained to do. He was a writer by trade. And yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't read, I've watched his movie adaptations. I've never read his books, but clearly he's made enough books that I guess he was talented in that department. What I'm saying is, as a performer, he's kind of whack, but that's also part of the fun, is watching him just go like, meteor shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's from the opening frame, he's on screen. He able through his like coked out delusions, he's able to sell like this sort of like stereotypical like sort of podunk hillbilly, you know?
Yeah.
Like he plays that perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, I love regardless if a lot of it was due to blow or not, I love his performance in this movie. I think it's perfect. Going back to John Carpenter, I think it's like a very similar deal to like I don't know, Roddy Piper's performance in like They Live, because again, Roddy Piper famously was not an actor. He was a wrestler for the WWF, but you know, John Carpenter thought he was perfect for that movie because he kind of just embodied like that working class guy who just realizes like, oh my God, there's fucking aliens controlling everything. So like he sells that perfectly, even if his performance is like a little stiff and awkward, you know? So it very much falls in the same line for me. But yeah, no, I guess from that, like I love how like gradual I love the pacing of this segment. Like again, like the meteor comes down where he you know puts like a fucking I don't know, like a switchblade or something on it, and then he's like, oh man, I wonder if I could sell this off to college or whatever. And then we get these awesome little like vignettes of the Department of Meteors, and he's like going to sell the rock off to, you know, some guy, and it's amazing. I really like it a lot.
Every scene,
Yeah.
like it just gets more and more green and grassy and mossy until
Totally.
finally he's had enough, and he's covered in just mossy green. He's like in those ghillie suits that kids had growing up. Yeah. Like
he turns into Oscar the Grouch by the end.
Oscar the Grouch, that too, and he just had enough.
Yeah,
and he just takes a shotgun and blows his brains out. Fantastic ending. It's like,
I know, it's so sad too. Like you know, he's at this point, like the way like his voice is kind of distorted from all of like the vegetation on him, and he's just like praying to God, like, please God, let me just kill myself and not fuck this up. Like it's it's funny in a morbid way, but also like really depressing.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like an underlining thing about this story is like, yes, it is probably the funniest segment for me, but it's also probably the most bleak story out of all of these. Like the other stories have like sort of like sort of like a poetic like irony to them.
Sure.
You know, like these people like get what they deserve, or you know, in the Crates case, it's a bit more ambiguous, but we'll get to that. But this one, it like straight up just says like, yeah, the plants have infected Jordy's farm, and they're gonna keep growing. You know, they're going from like in Maine, Castle Rock. You know, nice little Stephen King reference.
They're gonna make their way to Boston.
Yeah, they're gonna make their way to Boston. You're next. You know,
next. Yeah.
like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
You're next. You're next.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to describe every short in this one, is that it's funny in a morbid way. Because Happy Father's Day, you dismembered a woman. Oh, he doesn't want to screw up this one thing, and it's killing himself. And so on and so forth with the other ones we'll get to. But yeah.
Right.
But that's what I like. I like that the comedy is not very pronounced, but you know, it's not too far in the horrific sense either. I feel like it's a good balance. Because I feel like if the comedy was a little more pronounced, it would just be seen as like, I don't know, another Airplane or another Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Like, it would be seen as a parody. And that's not what the filmmakers want to do. They want to actually kind of envelop that very distinctive comic booky
style,
very comic style, horror comic style specifically.
Yeah, totally. Which speaking of Airplane and Naked Gun, the next story, Something That Tied You Over, great title by the way.
Yeah.
Stars Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson.
Yeah.
What about that?
Podcast favorite Leslie Nielsen, but this is the first time PSI is not on a Leslie Nielsen episode. But
I sorry, man. I gotta make a call out for PSI, dude. You gotta watch Creepshow, man. I've been telling you for I don't know how long. Just fucking bite the bullet and do it. All right, just do it. You know,
exactly.
It's a great Leslie Nielsen performance. But
it is. Yeah, well, this is how we get him to watch it. Is because it has Leslie Nielsen in it. But yeah, no. So this again, this is much like I mean, it's because again, it's not a serious movie, but this is not a comedy. Like, I grew up watching Airplane and Naked Gun, so I ironically knew Leslie Nielsen from the comedy movies I watched, whereas this was more what he was known for, was like, again, not serious roles, but non-comedic roles.
The straight man.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess this one he does play a little bit more comedically, but like in an ironic sort of sense, because he is this deranged madman who's killing a guy and his wife because they were having an affair.
Yeah. Like just from the opening, like when he like opens that door, and he basically just invites himself in, like, you know, and you know, he's sort of explaining like that he's, you know, he even admits that he's got a couple screws loose in his head, but he does this with such like this smugness to him, you know. And when he puts like the tape recording of his wife like drowning to like lure you know, her lover out, it's just like, damn, this is something, you know.
It is really funny when he's showing the TV to Ted Danson buried in the sand, and he's just like, God, I love the quality of this picture, and it's VHS quality on a CCTV. It's like this is the pinnacle.
It was pretty cutting
quality.
edge for the time.
It was.
Yeah. But looking back at it now, it's kind of like, but man, like just the idea of, you know, so basically what happens is, you know, Leslie takes Ted Danson out to the beach where his wife is being held captive, and he tells them, you know, he gives him a shovel and essentially buries him, tells Ted Danson to bury himself up, and he tells him like, oh, if you hold your breath while the tide's coming in, you might be able to get out and save the both of you, but it's gonna be pretty tough. Like, I don't know, like just something about that, especially living where a place where there's a lot of beaches. It's I don't know, just a really simple but effective premise, and like, you know, sort of the tension that builds when the tide starts coming in. But it's very effective. But even like before that, when that like big ass crab is like near Ted Danson's face, and he's like, "Oh, get it away!" You know?
Yeah, totally.
It's so funny.
I will say, yeah, this one definitely gets me going because I have a thing about watching people hold their breath underwater, because I don't know, it just gets to me because I imagine myself having to hold my breath underwater for that long, and I get really nervous about that. Obviously, again, I know it's fake and nobody's actually in danger, but there's still that part of my brain that's just like, breathe.
Yeah, right. It's and again, that's sort of like a compliment to the movie. Like, even though like it is like a relatively silly idea, like the way it's played straight, like you can actually feel like sort of the terror that these people, like, even like Ted, like when the tide is coming in, like Ted Danson's just like, oh my god, and like, you know, the tripod and the TV are like, you know, cutting out water, and it's all getting swept in, and fucking Leslie, he's like watching from his like James Bond villain lair, you know, he's
that
got
is
like
a
all
nice
those
beach house, yes, but it is a James Bond villain beach house.
Yeah, definitely. Like he's got like that, like has sort of like a Japanese Orientalist kind of style to it. And there's like
you got the great big Buddha.
The great big Buddha and all the Yukio. Like there's like there's like a mural that he has a remote for, and it's like walls of CCTVs, and he's just like drinking scotch while watching them drown, like ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
You know, like it's goofy, but it's sad, you know, just seeing these two people drowning, you know.
Oh, it's horrific. But then, you know,
horrific,
they get their revenge because they come back as sea ghosts.
Sea ghosts.
Sea zombies.
Yeah.
And
sea zombies.
Yeah.
Seaweed zombies.
Seaweed zombies. And again, when Leslie Nielsen like sees them and he starts screaming and he gets the colorful background behind him. Again, it's not practical, but it looks like it would come from a comic book.
Right. Well, even before that, like when he's like shooting at him, like I love how they like well, one, much like Jordy in the second segment, they have like this distortion effect. It's like they're underwater. It's like, we want to see you, Richard. Like it's like a bubbly effect.
It sounds like Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket during the third act of Pinocchio when they're underwater. Yeah, it has that weird unnatural garbly sound, but it's supposed to sound like they're underwater. Yeah.
Exactly. But also like when he shoots them in like the head, they like bleed. Like this sort of like it's almost like an oil
watery
sort
blood.
of, or like like watery blood. Like it's so cool.
Totally.
And it's like, oh fuck. And then when he closes the door and they like teleport behind him, because of course this was the 80s. Every horror character could teleport back then.
Yeah.
Kind of a rule of
they're ghosts, so like I guess
they're ghosts, you know.
When it's someone like Jason, it's like, okay, how did he teleport? But like you're not
like even Freddy makes sense because, you know, he's in a dream, so
supernatural.
You know,
yeah.
Supernatural. All right, whatever. But yeah, no. And I really love the ending for this one. You know, just seeing him get his just desserts at the end. Well, he's buried up, and he says that awesome line with that awesome delivery. I can hold my breath for a long time, and then the wave comes in, and that's the end of it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Leslie Nielsen, man. What a treat. What a character.
He will be missed.
Well, he's been missed
Definitely.
for 15 years, so
I know. Of course, but
it still stings. No, I agree.
never too late.
Oh
Never too
yeah,
late.
I'm a big fan of Leslie Nielsen, so yeah, it's sad that we won't see any more movies of his.
Yeah.
But that just means
one
we
more
have to
thing-
appreciate the ones we saw him in, like Repossessed. I haven't seen Repossessed.
2001, A Space Travesty.
Oh,
I haven't
everyone's
seen
favorite.
that either. Everyone's favorite. Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
Yeah. What's
Wrongly Accused. Spy Hard. Superhero movie.
Oh, that's the best one.
That's Drake Bell in it. Of course it is.
Oh, perfect. I love actors. I love celebrities named Drake. They never do anything wrong.
Never, especially around kids. They're great around kids.
Anyway, you're saying what's the
Yeah. No, before we move on to the next one, I want to because you mentioned before recording, you sort of mentioned you wanted to do like stuff on like Creepshow 2 and maybe the rest of the series, which is fine, but I think I should briefly mention this just because in Creepshow 2, in the first segment of that one, George Kennedy is one of the lead actors for that.
Okay.
So there's sort of a Naked Gun connection between that, you know.
Oh, dude, I'm watching
So that's
Creepshow
kinda
2
cool.
after we were done recording then.
Yeah. Now, if OJ was in Creepshow 3, that would have big missed opportunity there. But
Creepshow 3 came out in like 2006, right?
yeah.
Oh, that would have been
so
his
it would have been
Juice
after.
era. That would have been after, but it would have been during the era when he made that direct-to-video movie called Juiced, where he's like pranking people. He's just going around being like, "Hey, you've been
I've
juiced."
never heard of that.
Oh, dude, we watched it one night. It was the funniest fucking thing. Me, William, and Buster watched this DVD on. It's on Internet Archive, I think. Still, it's called Juiced,
God.
and it's the funniest fucking thing.
And he just pranks people, and he's like, "You got juice."
Yeah. It's like one of those hidden camera like prank shows. Like, so he's just like
Big Brother something.
Kind of like that Ashton Kutcher prank show. Yeah, he's just like going around pranking people, and then at the end when he like reveals it to people, he's just like, "You've been juiced." He also, the quick thing before we move on to the next segment, he also has a rap song, and one of my favorite lyrics he says is, "I'm not a Simpson named Bart."
Oh my god!
Highly recommend Juiced. It's the best. It's so good. All right. Anyway, The Crate.
I think I'm having a cow right now, man. But anyways, you were saying next segment.
The Crate. I think I might consider this one my favorite. I think The Crate is my favorite.
I think so too. In the past, I've kind of teetered between Something That Tied You Over and The Crate is my favorite. But I think, just seeing this one on the big screen kind of really cemented it as the best of the bunch for me. Because I feel like out of every story in this, if this was just like a one-off like short film, like it could have been great. I would have loved it regardless, Now that's not to say I don't love the other stories, but this one is a cut above the rest for me,
Yeah. So,
and I think part of that, sorry to cut you off again, but I think a part of that is it's the longest one. So we definitely get to, get to know these characters a little more, and thus there's a lot more going on like story-wise. But yeah, you were saying?
No, I was just going to say like what it's about, and that is it's taking the story of like, oh, these professors find a crate underneath the stairs of their college, and they're just like, oh, what's in it? And it's just fucking evil Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, just straight up eating people. And that's the story. Yeah. It feels very like they wrote it as they went along, because they're just like, what's in the crate? This evil Sasquatch. It's like, how the hell was it under there for over a century?
Yeah.
Who cares?
And how the hell did they ship it all the way from the Arctic to this college,
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares? It doesn't matter. Which, by the way, before we kind of get into the story more, did you notice what's written on the crate, or like what's it's like dated, or like
I know it says 1834.
1834. Well, the other text on it says Julia Carpenter, or to Julia Carpenter from Arctic Expedition. So I have a little theory. I can't really back this up, but I like to think this is like maybe a little nod to like The Thing.
Maybe.
Because I mean, Carpenter, and Arctic, and it's a horror thing, and Adrienne Barbeau is in this segment, and she was married to John Carpenter at the time, and George Romero, John Carpenter, they go way back. They were pretty much friends for forever,
Mhm.
and Creepshow also came out in 82, which, by the way, what a fucking year for movies.
It's the best year.
The best year, yeah. Horror movies especially, like, The Thing, I know you're kind of mixed on Halloween 3, but I really liked it,
I like Halloween 3. What are you talking about?
Halloween 3's, I don't know.
I like Halloween 3.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
And it makes me up with fucking Chaos and Brian. They hate Halloween 3.
Oh, well, they're just contrarian. So,
Lame.
yeah, they don't like Super
Lame.
Friends. So,
Yeah.
they're not very super friends.
You can't trust them with good taste, just like my other friend who bailed on me last night.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
But,
they can be contrarian. They don't like Halloween 3. Whatever. Let them be contrarian.
Whatever,
Yeah, I like Halloween 3.
whatever. Yeah,
I'm putting my foot down.
no. So whether or not it is like a reference to The Thing, or maybe it's like for The Thing to Another World, or the short story, I don't fucking know. But I like to think it's like a little nod. But
yeah.
Anyways,
Either way,
the
crate does show up in Jason Goes to Hell.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the Necronomicon.
Oh, don't remind me.
And that's part of the reason why fucking annoying people are like, hey, did you know that Jason is actually a Deadite? And it's like, no.
Oh, just remember,
No.
folks, Jason Goes to Hell is the best Friday the 13th movie. You should all definitely watch it.
Tony the Wonder Llama.
It's really good. Anyway, yeah, the story. So what I love about this story, again, is Adrienne Barbeau, and how just what an obnoxious, nagging bitch she is.
She's the worst, but God, is she fucking funny.
Yeah, it's so funny because there's not even really a lesson or a theme. It's just, oh, my wife is a bitch. We have to kill her. And that's it.
and we get away with it in the end with no strings.
That's so good. I love that. That's awesome. I'm also just a big fan of the actors themselves. So Hal Holbrook, great actor. I like him a lot.
I can't believe you were in this movie, bro.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
True. Yeah, and when was he born? 1925, just like me. How about that? So,
you turn 100, big 100. Awesome.
Big hunted. But Fritz Weaver is in this. He's the one who plays Dex.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. He's in that Failsafe movie I really like from the early 60s. He's in that episode of The Twilight Zone, the one where I won't spoil it.
Obsolete Man.
Yeah, where they go into the spaceship, and I won't spoil the ending, but it's a great one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was a regular Twilight Zone a couple of times. He was also the Chancellor in Obsolete Man, the other Burgess Meredith.
Oh right, the one where they were gonna kill him. That's right. Yeah. Oh,
and they like trap him in the cell. Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah. Big fan of Fritz Weaver. But anyway, so watch Failsafe. But yeah, no, so I like these actors. I like their chemistry between the two because I do buy them as like, oh, good old friends at the university. Yeah, and I just love that Fritz Weaver's like freaking the fuck out. He's like, Henry, you don't understand. There's just this giant fucking Sasquatch and it's killing people from the crate. And Henry's just like, interesting.
Like, I love how he doesn't even consider that his friend is just like being hysterical or just like a straight up murder. He's just like so desperate for a way out of his shitty marriage. He's like,
Yeah.
you know,
That
I'm
is-
gonna
that
murder
is
my wife
interesting.
and she's gonna eat her.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't see the creature. He just he treats when Fritz Weaver, like, he treats Dex when he's like complaining or like when he's like freaking out as if he doesn't believe him. But I guess, yeah, on the off chance that there is this spooky, scary, evil Harry from Harry and the Hendersons eating people, he just goes off like thinking, okay, I'm gonna treat it as if it is real, so then it can murder my wife.
Yeah,
And then
definitely. And speaking of which, I love the little, again, sort of like sequences where it's just him like hallucinating him killing Wilma. Like that one scene at the party where she's like humiliating him, and then he just fucking whips out a 44. He's like, Wilma, and he's like, oh God, Henry, what it's now, and just shoots her in the fucking head, and then all the blood just sprays across a tree. And then you get, if that wasn't funny enough, you get that incredible, amazing, surreal moment where everyone at the party just turns to him and just starts like politely golf laughing. And then there's like that one couple that's like, hell of a shot, bullseye.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God, it's the funniest thing. Yeah, I said earlier that the comedy isn't as pronounced, but that is the funniest fucking thing in the whole movie. It's just, everybody
Definitely.
just clapping that he murdered his wife. Pristine stuff. It's incredible.
Yeah. And even just like the little tint of red lighting to show that it's like a fantasy. It's like, God, it's perfect. I love it.
Nice attention to detail. Yeah. So in the end, he does get his wife eaten by evil Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, and that's it. Like it's sort of set up like a really dumb episode of the Twilight Zone. But then, at the end of that Twilight Zone episode, he wouldn't kill the wife. Like, he'd be the end up being the one eaten. Like, no, in this one, the wife gets eaten. Like, it's so
there's
perfect.
no real moral to it.
No.
Like, it's just. But again, like I know I've said it plenty of times before, but that's what EC Comics Tales from the Crypt. That's what they were. You know, they weren't trying to like give like sort of like a big, profound message. It's like, no, just quality, schlocky fun, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Hilarious.
And I guess like at the end, like there's, I like that it's not, they don't completely, Dexter and Henry, they don't completely get away with it. Like there's that little, because, they throw evil Harry from Harry and the Hendersons into the quarry at the end, but then at the very last shot, we see him, breaking out, and we got that great shot of like his eyes just sort of like, oh shit, he's up there. He might come back or he might not. Who's to say?
Yeah. It's a very open-ended kind of ending, but I still think it's probably the most like happiest ending out of all of these. Yeah. Again, the most optimistic ending is the one where the guy's bitch wife dies. Incredible.
Amazing. But even then, I love the effects or just the look of the creature. Just how like I guess I should probably mention Tom Savini, frequent George Romero collaborator and 80s horror aficionado when it comes to special effects. I love just like how slobbery it is. Like when Dexter and Mike the janitor is opening the crate, and he puts his hand in there, like all the lights are crazy, but then like he starts eating at the arm, and he just we see the crate open up, and it's just like the mouth is just slobbering, and it's just like roar,
Yeah.
And then like he just eats like Mike the janitor like completely whole, like in that tiny crate, no less. He doesn't get out. He just like completely sucks them up like a vacuum. And one detail that I really like that I picked time around. Like, there's so much fucking blood pouring out of the crate. It causes like an electrical socket to like explode because there's so much like blood coming out. Like, I was like, gee, whoa, this is awesome. But even the other scene when again, before Dexter goes to Henry, like all hysterical with what's his name, Charlie, the grad student.
Yeah, I think it's Charlie.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just got eaten by a creature in a crate? Oh man, now that I'm thinking about it, the creature does have some Mr. Frog energy to it.
Hello.
I don't know. Hello. I'm Evil Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. I'm gonna eat you now. Hello.
This is the show. I'm gonna eat you now. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Hello. Hello, your wife's a bitch.
Hello, I'm not sorry.
Hello. Not sorry. Hello. But yeah, no, just the effects were great. The puppetry, because that's what it is. I assume it's like a puppet sort of
Yeah,
animatronic. Yeah, but no, it looks great. There's one frame where it kind of looks like it's, I don't know, it's like sitting on fours or something, and it kind of looks awkward. But other than that, it's like incredible.
Yeah.
It looks like an actual. If this creature were to exist, I would believe it. You know.
Right.
Oh
yeah, no, I'm glad we talked about this because actually talking about this segment, yeah, I can fully say right now that this is absolutely my favorite one.
Absolutely. One more thing I want to mention on, and I guess we've sort of kind of glossed over it, but I really want to talk about it before we go on to the last one. Obviously, you know, there's a bunch of aspects that make this movie, reasons why I love this movie so much, but I think a large part of that is the music to this movie, man. I really love the score for this movie, which I actually want to briefly mention, make a quick shout out to the composer, dude named John Harrison. Which, if that name sounds familiar, I'm not sure if I told you about this like years ago. I probably did, but in case you forgot, you can look him up on Letterboxd. John Harrison.
I have it pulled up right now, and I just was about to go like, "Oh my god, it's him!"
It's him, the director of the Dune miniseries from the early 2000s.
That's crazy. How did I never know about this? I knew that he directed this Tales from the Dark Side movie, which is Creepshow-esque from the looks of it. But like, how did I never pick up that he did the score for Creepshow?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it's wild because I mean, I love the music for this, like how, again, it has like that sort of silly, campy, comic booky tone to it, but there's moments throughout the movie where it just has like this beautiful, like, I don't know, it's kind of like a mix of like, you know, like traditional Sims, but also like this like old-timey, I guess kind of like ragtime piano. It's hard to explain. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
like, you know,
totally.
Yeah, especially like during this segment, like, you know, when Henry's like at the college, you know, preparing to, cleaning up all the blood and getting Billy to, you know, to get there so he can fucking murder her. But it's like this really beautiful, like, kind of piece that kind of builds like over time. I really love the score for this movie, man. And I love John Harrison.
Dinosaur?
Yeah. Oh, a what?
He wrote Disney's Dinosaur.
Oh, what the fuck? He wrote The Love Monkey? What
he wrote Love Monkey. Oh my god.
He wrote Love Monkey.
This guy has been everywhere. He's been in Dinosaur, Dune, and now Creepshow. He's had his fingers in many pies.
And Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
The other Harrison the Romero movie.
Oh my god.
He did this for.
incredible.
I'm curious. I don't have Letterboxd open right now, but has he done any scoring for like other stuff, like aside from Romero?
Let me.
Because again, I really like his music.
The only movies he's scored, he's credited as composer, at least with according to Letterboxd. Yeah, so Day of the Dead is the most popular one. Then Creepshow. Then the Tales from the Dark Side movie he did, and then this.
So he directed and composed it.
He directed and composed it, and then he did this movie called Effects from 1979.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've heard of this. I think Red Letter Media actually talked about this. This is like a Tom Savini or like a special effects guy documentary.
Yeah, it's got Tom Savini, cool. Joe Pilato from Day of the Dead's in it.
Day of the Dead.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
But those are literally the only ones he's credited as like scoring.
That's cool. Oh, and he's an executive producer on the Denis Villeneuve Dune films. That's cool.
Yeah, I knew that because I remember that. I think because he did the original like sci-fi series Dune, I guess maybe they brought him back as like an executive consultant. I mean, who knows like how much power he actually has? I think those movies have like 1 million executive producers credited because but who knows?
It's fucking Dune. Yeah.
I mean, he's still credited for executive producing the upcoming one, Part 3. So we'll see how much. Let's hope that goes well.
Yeah, it'll probably be fucking terrible. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good.
I have no idea. I have no actual clue how it's going to be. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh. Apparently, aside from Dinosaur, he's also credited as the writer for Children of Dune.
Yeah, I knew that. I think we knew that because it was like the immediate next series after the original series.
Yeah,
they're just like, but he didn't direct it. He only wrote and produced it, and then you could tell because it's like, wow, this one's not nearly as good. So
yeah, all right, but that's our brief little segment on John Harrison.
We're big fans of John Harrison at Too Many Movies.
Big fans on Too Many Movies. We love John Harrison on this podcast. We might as well change the name, the John Harrison Enjoyers Podcast.
I don't think people would like that very much.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, do people really like the title Too Many Movies? Come on, man.
I don't know, actually. Probably not, but I mean, I don't like it, but I'm kind of stuck with it, so.
All right. It's sort of like a bug infestation. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, that reminds me. The last segment of the story, aptly titled, "They're Creeping Up on You." Yeah.
Actually, I'm truly thinking about this one. This one is much like the Geordie segment. This is also very simple because we're really focusing on one character. Yeah.
It's a one-man show kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there are other characters technically, but most of them are like on intercoms and then obviously there's the Mr. White, the janitor, handyman, electrician guy.
You vaguely see him, but it's mostly we're mostly focused on Upson Pratt here. So
yes, played by E.G. Marshall, one of the 12 angry men. I don't remember which one, but
he's juror number 4. I don't remember if he's the father or father-in-law in Christmas Vacation, and he's the president in Superman 2. Yeah, but
how could I forget? Duh.
Pretty awesome career, I must say. But yeah, he's most famous for being juror number 4 in 12 Angry Men.
Yes.
And this movie. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
yes.
I like him a lot, and he's great in this. He's just this. Yeah. He's essentially Mr. Burns in that one episode when they make the casino in The Simpsons. Because he just becomes like this. He just becomes this Howard Hawks like. Is it Howard Hawks or Howard Hughes? I always get them confused, but there's like
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes, yeah, some
like a germaphobe,
germaphobe billionaire character. Yeah. I think it's like Howard Hughes.
Yeah,
we'll take the spruce goose. Hop in, Smithers. Sir, I said hop in. Oh, great episode.
Yeah, but no. So he's like a germaphobe. Much like a lot of the other characters in this, he is also a massive piece of shit, but
He's
like
awful.
dial that up to like fucking 100.
Oh yeah.
He is like scum of the earth. He gleefully like celebrates the death of one of his competitors. Like there's this great line where he's like, oh wow, goody that he's dead. Now I won't have to offer him a directors.
Yeah, I won't have to offer him a seat on the board of directors. It's phenomenal. I mean, Mr. Burns is one of my favorite characters on The Simpsons, so I'm just a huge fan of curmudgeony old dudes that are just so horrible. Like it's great.
Very Mr. Burns coded.
Yeah.
Very Mr. Burns coded. But I guess again the story for this one, not much going on. He's just kind of in his apartment. There's like power outage going off across the city. And if that wasn't bad enough, he's got a little bit of a bug problem, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Cockroaches crawling everywhere. Which by the way, I want to remind everybody, 1982, these cockroaches 100% real.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
all of them.
Honestly, I was thinking that because there were several scenes where he was like smashing them, and I'm just thinking, I don't know if that would fly today. I know they're bugs. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, like nobody cares, but yeah, it's kind of like
with PETA kind of strangling the balls of Hollywood, just being like, oh, are these bugs being treated fairly? It's just like, no, they're fucking cockroaches.
Like, it was the 80s.
They could get away with
didn't really
that.
give a shit back then.
Okay.
Like, even in the third segment with the crab, I think like Leslie Nielsen like kicks it.
Yeah, he does.
He like, yeah.
Look,
so it's like, oh man, poor crab.
I mean, look, I get it when it's like a dog or a cat or a horse being abused on set. That's no good. Yeah, don't do that. If it's a bug, I really just don't have it in me to care.
Nobody cares.
Like you're gonna accidentally. You know what? I know there's that mindset with some people. They're just like, oh, I would never kill a bug. Like how could I, just kill a being with my power? It's just like, okay, what about the millions of bugs you're stepping on every day without even knowing? Are you really, the equivalent of Hitler if you're stepping on a fucking ant colony? Like, no.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah, no, it's we're not an ethical podcast here, so that's for you.
We support bug genocide.
We support bug genocide.
We're bug Hitlers. Buglers.
We're bug Hitlers.
Bugler.
We're gonna put them into a room, and we're gonna deny that we ever killed any bugs. There's gonna be
those
major...
bugs. I didn't kill them. What are you talking about?
What bugs? What bugs? I don't know any bug.
Sure, you killed 6 million bugs. What? That number's grossly outrageous. No,
that's outrageous. They're just to the east. They're in Russia.
So anyway,
the records are fake. The records are fake.
There is no list.
There is no list.
There is no.
There is no.
There's no.
There is no Bugstein list.
Bugstein. Oh, that's good. Oh man.
Release the Bugstein files, Mr. President. Or get creamed on by some kids. I never had the privilege. Oh my god. All right.
Anyway, Creepshow.
But anyway, back to Creepshow. So yeah, the roaches, 100% real. I think how they got them over there. So a little bit about the behind the scenes stuff for this. So essentially, for most of the movie, to my understanding, they like shot the movie in like an abandoned girls' school in like Pittsburgh. So I think that's where they got like the college shots and stuff. But even for like, Jordy's home and I think even Richard, Leslie Nielsen's character's like penthouse. Well, I don't know about that because I think for that they filmed on like the Jersey Shore, but for most of it they just had it in like this abandoned girls' school. So what they did for the roaches is I think they like import like crates and crates of them from like South America and just put them, just let them root loose, you know? Which like,
yeah, creepy.
Creepy. And again, sort of like getting back to the segment, I love like the slow buildup of it. Like we see like one or two crawling around at first. But then like he realizes like in his oatmeal, like, oh shit, there's them in there. And I love like the little, again, going back to the John Harrison glazing, I love the little music cue that he uses for like the roaches like crawling around. It's kind of like a screeching noise, like sort of like a, you know what I mean, like sort of like a whistle, like a bug kind of noise, you know,
very bug like. I know what you mean. I mean, I mean, again, much like with the Leslie Nielsen one, where it's so easy to kind of scare me when you involve kind of struggling to breathe underwater. With bugs, I'm not I'm not opposed to like bugs. I'm not gonna like scream my head off if I see one outside or even in my own house. I'll just smush it.
It's like that many. It's like
that's what I'm just like. That too much, man, too much. But great. I'm glad that the movie goes that far. Like that's great.
Exactly. I love it a lot. But like even when the power starts going off, and yes, like all of them are like crawling around, like on the console of all of his like shit, or some of it is like in the jukebox, or just like crawling in through the vents, and they're like some of them are like fucking huge, bro. Like I think that's the thing that gets me. Like normal sized cockroaches, I'm like, all right, kind of gross, but whatever. But if they're like 2-3 inches big, I'm like, oh fuck, get that away from me. I don't wanna be anywhere near that.
Yeah, there's just something really gross about insects. It's just insectoids. They're ugh.
Yes. I don't know, anything else? I guess there's the ending, of course, but I guess aside from that, there's again like a couple funny lines or two. Like I really love when the CEO's wife or the guy, you know, who committed suicide's wife calls him on the phone, and he's just like, how the hell did you get this number? I want to fire the person who gave it to you. And she's just like, it was in my husband's address book, you son of a bitch. And he's like, well, I guess I can't fire him now, can I? You know?
It's so funny. Yeah,
so
I love
funny.
that.
But he's such an asshole too. Like, God.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like you said, the very ending when he's just dead on the bed and the bugs just kind of explode out of him. You just go, oh
God.
Great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh God. And like how they like crawl out of his throat and like all the gore is everywhere. It's like, and by the end, the room is just like covered. Like his little panic room is just like covered in bugs. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you got Mr. White, the handyman, kind of mocking him, like, what's the matter, Mr. Pratt? Bug got your tongue? Like it's just
bug got your tongue? Fucking honky? Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. He calls him a bastard at the end, and it's so good. Love it. I guess really the only thing left is the wraparound story. We haven't really talked about that.
That is true. Yeah, there's the fact that it's kind of told again. It's told like a comic book because you have that physical comic book in the quote unquote real world. Because little Billy gets it thrown out by the dad from Halloween 3. Yeah. So he's just like, what is this crap? Why are you reading this crap? He says crap.
Why are you reading this anime crap? You know, where do you get this shit?
Yeah, where do you get this shit?
Daddy, the Evangelion is very deep, Daddy. The hospital, you don't understand the moral complexity of the hospital scene.
Yeah. The hospital scene specifically. Yeah, but yeah, and then little Billy gets his revenge by buying a voodoo doll, making it attached to his dad, and just choking his dad for taking away his comic book.
Comic
It's
book.
so deranged. Oh,
Which again, like, not really, sort of like a very like kind of shocking ending, but in a funny way, you know,
absolutely. Yeah.
like absolutely in line with all the other stories.
Yeah.
And
Little
by the
Billy,
way, that little kid,
little kid. Okay, you're gonna say this. Yeah, go ahead.
all right, sure, I guess, played by Joe Hill, son of Stephen King.
Oh,
and also writer.
That wasn't what I was going for. I mean, looking at him as an adult, oh my god, he does look like Stephen King. I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah.
No, I was going to
Really?
say he's writer of The Black Phone.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Everyone's favorite movie.
Yes.
Dane is
coming out with a sequel this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, this
I guess.
Oh, you forgot.
This weekend, I think. I forgot too.
Yeah.
But I checked this morning. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I haven't seen the third one, so I'm probably gonna skip.
The first one is, I don't remember anything about it, and I remember not liking it. So
no. There's a lot of great things about Joe Hill's writing, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
we're not gonna diss Joe Hill. No,
he was good in Creepshow. I'll give him that.
He was good in Creepshow. And my friend, who I told him that was Stephen King's son, he said he read one of Joe Hill's books. It's apparently pretty good.
Okay.
Heart-Shaped Box is what it's called. He recommended it to me, so I don't know.
Inside your heart-shaped box for weeks.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hey,
and he told me
I got a new complaint. Hey, sorry, go ahead.
I got a voodoo. I'm stabbing my dad with a voodoo doll. Hey, wait.
What did Kurt Cobain mean by this?
Funny you mentioned Kurt Cobain, because that second segment, oddly familiar. Couldn't tell you why.
Wow, you know, if Kurt Cobain saw this movie, it would really blow his mind.
Oh God. Also, little Tom Savini cameo at the very end too.
The garbage man.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's it. Really.
Creepshow. I really like this movie. I love the colors. I love the horror aspect. I love the comedy. I love the little 2D segments, you know, when it transitions to
with the creep.
Yeah.
Even like the puppetry for I know we were talking about the puppet for Evil Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, but even the creep himself, like the way he's like floating outside little Billy's house, and like the lightning, and you hear that like laughter, like the hee. Like I love it so much. Like remind me a lot of Dark Crystal this time around.
Interesting.
Like the puppetry and stuff, which again, 1982. The best year.
Yeah. I've been saying this for years, man. Nobody listens.
Yeah.
That's not true. People listen.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree with you. So I really love this movie. I've seen it 3-4 times now. I don't know. I've kind of lost track, but you know, I think I'm gonna make this a tradition from now, if I haven't already. You know,
nice.
Like every Halloween, I'm gonna watch Creepshow once. Like again, it's not my favorite horror movie ever. Like obviously, you know, the top 3 or 4 would be, you know, the usual suspects. You know, The Thing, Alien, Evil Dead 2, The Shining, you know, another Stephen King adaptation, go figure. But I don't know, man. Like you said it yourself, there's something really special about this movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And there's really nothing quite like it. From like the colors and the editing and just everything. It's just it's a perfectly imperfect movie, if that makes sense to me.
Sure.
Like again, like it takes a little bit to get going, but if you can go into it with like the right mindset, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Which, funnily enough, that's the tagline, literally the tagline of the movie. It's the most fun you'll ever have. Be scared.
I can agree to that.
I can agree to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I'm definitely keeping the DVD I have of it. So it's a DVD. It's one of those classic Warner Brothers clicky cases. And it's admittedly very simple in terms of release. There's no real special features. It has the theatrical trailer advertised as a special feature. And it's one of those DVDs that is, kind of, it has like both sides can play the movie. You can either have it play widescreen or full screen. I obviously played it widescreen.
So it's one of those from back in the day.
Yeah.
See.
But I mean, hey, it's a clicky case. I love it. I love the cover.
Yeah.
It's that it's kind of like one of those box offices at a theater, but it's the creator that's just like it's like
his eyeball kind of falling out. Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I recently picked up the 4K. I was originally going to watch that for the episode, but then I found out, oh shit, the movie's going to be, my Regal is going to be playing it. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I might go see it there. So, kind of unfortunate that I had to blow $20 right now when I'm kind of, whatever, but it's fine. Now I own Creepshow. It's Creepshow. I'll give that to watch Stephen King coked out of his mind and a man murdering his bitch wife and bugs coming out everywhere any day.
Exactly. Yeah.
And sea ghosts or dead people and cake, head cake.
Mm-hmm.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
But I haven't checked on mine, but I'm pretty sure this is the same for the Blu-ray as well. But I think like the Blu-ray and every other copy comes with like a documentary. Just Desserts is what it's called. It's on Letterboxd. I haven't seen it yet. But it's sort of like goes over like the making of the movie,
Yeah.
Or sort of like interviews with like, Ed Harris and all of the other, which by the way, Ed Harris the movie too, when he actually had hair kind of sort of like Doug Walker. He's got the Doug Walker 2007 cut.
That is practically what Doug had.
Hairline.
Yeah.
And he does the little disco moves too.
Mm-hmm.
Figured I should mention that. But anyways, so Ed Harris, Adrian Barbeau, I think Hal Holbrook was still alive at the time. So, like everyone they could get, and Tom Savini and all of the rest, they talk about it. So I don't know, maybe I'll check it out someday because I'm such a big fan of this movie. But you know what? Either way, I'm happy to own the movie too, because like, to put it simply, it rules.
It's fun. Yeah. I love fun. I love fun movies. So yeah.
I love fun, Charlie. I love fun.
All right.
That's one more Smiling Friends reference for you.
There we go. It's a good way to end it off. All right. This was the Creepshow segment. Let's move on to the next segment of the Horror Grab Bag episode right now. Okay, this is where I transition to the next one. All right. So that's it. The episode's over.
All right.
Not episode's over. Segment's over. The episode isn't over. The segment's over.
It's over. Go home.
Don't go home.
You're still here? You're still here?
I haven't stopped recording yet. Oh no. Puff, what is the horror movie you recommended for the Horror Grab Bag episode, TM?
Ooh. It's this little known movie called House.
House. Yes. House. I'm so glad you recommended House. I'm very excited about this. So House is the history I have with it. I mean, I obviously heard about it through the Sardonicast episode. But then I found a Criterion DVD for it. I don't remember if I bought it. I definitely bought it because of the episode, but I don't remember if that was like around the time of the episode or maybe a couple months after. But I bought the Criterion DVD. It's the very first Criterion DVD I ever bought was of House.
Really?
Yeah, no, this was so I've obviously had a couple of Criterion DVDs and Blu-rays over the course of the series, but it all began with House. House was the very first Criterion Collection DVD I ever bought. So, and I've seen the movie every time I've ever watched the movie has been on the DVD. Well, that's not true. I think there was one time we streamed it in Wheel Night for some reason. So I say for some reason.
Without me?
I feel, I guess, yeah, you weren't there. Yeah, I guess.
Assholes.
Whoops.
The same with Tokyo Gore Police. You watched that without me too, and then I found it on my own. And I was like, "This is peak."
I wasn't there for Tokyo Gore Police either. I watched that on my own too. But it's okay. You watched a different movie during Wheel Night about a cool cat, so it's okay.
God, don't fucking remind me. I'm gonna
Swish.
killing you with my mind. This is about Cool Cat Saves the Kids, by the way. The only movie I have seen so much disturbing horror, and I would consider it the second most difficult piece of media I've ever had to sit through. It broke me psychologically, but this isn't about Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
Yeah. I always say Puff is one of our strongest Wheel Night warriors, and even they couldn't get through Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
I was crying.
Yeah. Great night. That was a legendary night. That was awesome.
That really was.
But anyway, speaking of legendary, House. Yeah, House. I'm glad you recommended this. So that's my history with this movie. What is your history with this movie? How did you find out about it?
So I had known about it tangentially, just because, occasionally you'll hear about like specific J-horror that kind of peek through into Western or the Western consciousness, Guinea Pig being one of them, but also Tetsuo, and then also House. But I watched House I have another movie night server that is different from the one that we usually are in. And someone recommended that movie.
Okay.
And so we watched that, and that's how I finally got around to watching it. And oh my gosh, I just fell in love immediately.
Yeah.
It's my kind of movie.
Yeah, I love this movie because it's one of those movies that's not like any other movie I've ever seen. I love films like that where you watch it and you just go, I can't think of another film that looks or feels like this. And yeah, no, this is a wholly original. Nothing has ever come close to recapturing the zany style. There's elements to it that I can see kind of, I don't know if it necessarily inspired. I doubt that.
Mario
but like
64 piano.
Yeah, maybe that. I was thinking more so like YouTube poop editing, because there's a lot of editing that's very YouTube poop-esque. So I highly doubt, fucking the original YouTube poop was inspired by House.
I don't think the average YouTube pooper knows what House is.
I don't think Sin Tragedy 98 was inspired by House when they made all those SpongeBob YouTube poops. No.
They should absolutely get into House though.
Oh yeah, everybody should. Yeah, no. So, but it's such a crazy movie, and what's even crazier is that not only can I not think of anything that is like on the same level as this, what's even crazier is the inspiration for these movies. For this movie specifically, the story goes, I don't remember if it was Toho or some like what I think Toho said they wanted, like they were inspired by Jaws. Like they wanted a movie like Jaws, so they hired this guy to they were just like, hey, make something like Jaws. And he's like, okay. And he made this. It's like, that couldn't be further from what Jaws is. I looked into it a little. I think it's more so they were inspired by Jaws as like a big blockbuster thing that they wanted. So that's where the inspiration comes from. But again, that literally could not be any further from what Jaws is.
I heard that like the director, or it was like the director or the screenwriter, based it off of a dream his daughter had. I don't know how correct this is. This is just what I've heard.
Right.
I'm sure there's so many like different urban legends and ideas surrounding this movie because it's just so weird and avant-garde. Yeah,
one that always stuck out to me was like, I don't remember where I heard this, but I remember hearing this, that somebody said one of the inspirations for this movie is like it's kind of like a metaphor or thematically similar to the dropping of the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because it's about like experiencing that trauma of like not really comprehending what's happening to you and your friends. It's like, okay, I can get that on a baseline level. I wouldn't.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Like, how do I put it? I feel like it has to do more with like aspects of femininity,
Sure,
and stuff like that, more than it has to do with like the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, because
it surrounds a witch, and there's all these different girls who are like the different archetypes. Like, there's the fat one. The fat one, quotation marks. She looks like she weighs like what, 120 pounds.
That's 1970s fat. Not only that, 1970s Japanese fat. Yeah. It's very different.
There's like the tomboy, you have the shy one, you have the smart one, you have the pretty one. All these different aspects of femininity all being consumed by this woman who just wants to stay young, and like it I think in her own way she is also like trying to fit into this mold of femininity because she wants to get married, right? Like, that's the whole reason. She really wants to marry this specific guy that she's in love with, the witch, the antagonist.
Yeah, the beau to be unfortunately had to go to war and never came back. So
yeah, so I feel like I would need to do like so many more readings of this movie to like fully back up this claim of mine, but I would see that aspect of it being more of something that's in play.
Yes.
Versus Hiroshima.
No, I completely agree with you more. I see that more so. Again, the baseline of like you can't comprehend what's happening to you and your friends. Like, yeah, the movie definitely succeeds in that front, but like when I think of a movie trying to deal with the after effects of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, this is not the movie I would imagine you would make that, So like, yeah, again, it might have been just somebody said that and was totally completely wrong, but like I always think about that. I can't even remember where I read that. Like I couldn't even tell you. Like it was just something that I saw somewhere online, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess, but also what? So no, I like your interpretation better, because actually it's funny you saying that like every girl kind of represents an angle of femininity. And yeah, I actually really like that, because that's not something I was necessarily thinking about. I just thought it was really funny how like every character has like a very kind of baseline personality, but like truly thinking about it, I think that is a better way of looking at it. Like every character kind of represents an angle of femininity.
But yeah, we gotta talk about the girls' names.
Yes.
Like Kung Fu. There's a literal character named Kung Fu.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that.
Yeah, the main character is Gorgeous. That's her name.
Yeah.
Her name is Gorgeous. Yeah, and then it starts getting really funny when it's just like, oh, Kung Fu, prof, fantasy. Melody is a name. Like that's an actual girl's name. It's like, okay, that makes sense.
She's the one who plays piano.
She's the musical one. I love that one of the characters is just named Sweet, and she's very like I got a lot of like Snow White vibes from her, and I love just her character trait is like, I can't wait to clean your aunt's house. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, they're all pretty like
simple,
flat, but yeah, they're all pretty flat and simple, but at the same time it adds to that dreamlike quality of house.
Yes. Oh, dreamlike is very much how I would describe this movie. Very dreamlike. Because even just when characters are having normal conversations, it's bizarre. It's not natural. And I mean, I don't know what of it is actual dreamlike logic and what of it is like cultural differences in how we interpret film, but there were some aspects to this where I'm just like, no, this is not Japanese weirdness. This is the director straight up doing something very strange.
As someone who's seen a decent amount of J-horror at this point, not like a huge amount, but a decent amount, this is its own being.
Oh, absolutely.
It's its own can of worms. from what I've heard, they actually purposefully made the effects kind of like quote unquote bad, especially for the time, just to make it feel more dreamlike and uncanny.
Uncanny,
Because so that it would kind of like add to that like weird vibe that I just really love that about this movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the House isn't necessarily a movie that I would call scary, especially by today's standards. There are moments that are scary, like the girl being eaten by the piano.
Yeah.
Like that got to me a little. It got to me a little, I won't lie. But overall, it's kind of like a spooky movie.
Yeah, or
more
creepy,
so.
unnerving.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about that. In fact, the piano eating scene, yeah. I was thinking about that. 'Cause, yeah, I don't find it scary, but I do find it unnerving. And not even just because she's getting eaten by the piano, but she's getting eaten by the piano, and all you hear is her laughing. It's like,
Yeah.
that's really unnerving. Like, if it was just if a standard horror movie did that, she would be screaming because she's being eaten alive, and it'd be agonizing and scary and But I feel like her laughing, you're not expecting that reaction out of being eaten by a piano. So that kind of makes it a lot more unnerving and uncanny. And again, really adds to the dream logic because, yeah, in your dreams, I'm sure you could imagine getting eaten by a piano and all you hear is laughing. Like, that's just your brain on autopilot, just coming up with whatever bullshit. And it just makes sense to you in the moment. But you truly think about it, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. The teacher just does jack shit throughout the movie. It's very funny.
He's so useless. He's so
There's just
useless.
like these random situations where this guy, their teacher, who's supposed to be going with them on this trip, he misses the train, and occasionally you just get into these like this side plot where he's just trying to get to the house.
Yeah.
And he'll be like in front of like this big semi truck. He'll be like randomly eating noodles and being like, "Oh, this is yummy." Like,
with the bear in the shop.
Absolutely useless. Yeah, exactly. There's just this fucking bear. I did ask thought like, wait, is the bear cooking noodles? Is because it's so dreamlike. I would buy it. I would buy it.
Yeah.
That bear can cook.
I like that sequence because the way they edit to it is that it's like the girls are in the house, and then all of a sudden this random guy pops his head in out of frame with noodles, and then it's like, and then it cuts to him like in the noodle shop, and that's their way of transitioning to that scene.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so jarring. It just throws you out of it.
I like that because truly thinking about it, they didn't need the teacher character because like what's his ultimate ending is that he turns into a pile of bananas, as you do. But like, he didn't need to be in the movie, but I like that because his inclusion is very dreamlike logic, because the point is the girls are supposed to go to this training camp with him, but then they decide, oh no, we're gonna go to Gorgeous's aunt's house, and yet he still has to go. Like,
it's not just that. They couldn't go to the inn they were planning to because his sister was pregnant, and so she was basically on maternity leave.
Yeah, bad news. My sister's having a baby.
Yeah.
I love that line delivery.
So that was their alternative.
Yeah. They're just, I love that. They decide to go to Gorgeous. Well, because Gorgeous doesn't even get like, I feel like in other horror movies, you would just get the random letter from the aunt being like, oh, I wish you would come visit. She sent the letter. Yeah. And then the kitty shows up, the very good girl. Well, yeah, the kitty shows up to coerce Gorgeous to send the letter to the aunt, and then the aunt sends back a letter being like, yeah, of course you can come on such short notice. It's like, again, operating on very much dream logic. Like, yeah, this is how this is going.
Yeah. I love the cat. The cat makes me very happy.
Yeah.
I love the scene where the cat is just where it's like this, like, where the aunt is like, she's like dancing, and then like there's a like na 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 na, and then the cat's on the piano and it starts going.
Yeah, very.
I fucking love that shit.
Very much a YouTube poop moment where like the cat's meows are being edited to the tune of the theme song. Like, yeah, very much so. So Funny thing about that song, doesn't it sound a lot like the Up theme?
You know what? That's very funny that you say that, because like when I hear it, my first thought, like when I hear it, da 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 da, like I don't know, but because of that D, or is it a G? I'm bad at music theory. When I first heard it, I don't know why I thought of Welcome to the Black Parade, the opening for that. But yeah, I could see both.
Yeah, I don't know. I always think of Up because, like, I don't remember. Yeah, it sounds very much like the. I first I used to think like, oh, it's literally just the Up theme, but like just the first few notes sound like Up, and then it turns into its own thing. It's like, no, that's
I think it's a coincidence, because I don't think it's 5 notes to be interpolation, and then if it's 4 notes, it's a coincidence.
Yeah. No, trust me, you know more about music than I do. I literally haven't taken music theory since senior year of high school. Like it's no, that's don't you know more than me.
But yeah, I also liked the skeletons. The skeletons made me happy. The dancing skeletons. The voguing skeletons.
Yeah, I love the ant just dancing with it. Yeah, the ant who's wheelchair bound and then at some point just randomly gets up and she's like, "Oh, you guys gave me energy." It's like, "What?"
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she fucking ate Mac. She turned Mac into a watermelon.
That's right. It did happen after Mac goes away. Yeah, when she eats Mac. Yeah.
She grows more young and beautiful
more
the
powerful.
more girls she eats, like a classic witch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there is a it's taken me years to truly understand the story, quote unquote, of this movie. I think it does okay with the story. Obviously, we're not here for the story. We're here for
it's a vibes movie.
Everything. We're here for everything because there's just so much to it. But yeah, there is a basic fairy tale at the underneath like all the crazy shit, and that is there's this witch and she's just eating these little girls to gain power or whatever, to gain youth, whatever, typical fairy tale kind of stuff. Yeah, and I like that. I like that it's underneath this crazy movie is in and of itself a very basic fairy tale story.
Which again adds to like the dreamlike quality.
Yeah.
But also because the story is so basic, it gives you so much room to do all of these weird avant-garde stuff, because that's like you really only need like a skeleton to do that.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, and again,
and they have skeletons in the movie.
They have the
bringing it back,
the one dancing with the one eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fucking the watermelon jack-o'-lantern when they visit the guy with the watermelon, and it just starts like laughing at one point. Like it took me a couple watches to actually see that for the first time. I'm like, oh fuck! I
actually didn't. I haven't caught that yet, so I need to check that.
That's the first scene where they meet the watermelon guy, and he's just like, the house up there. And then they're just like, okay, bye-bye. And they like walk away and he's like mogging in front of the camera. And then in the background, you just see the watermelon jack-o'-lantern like start to move up and down. It's like it's evilly laughing or something like that. And then it just transitions to the next scene. Yeah, it's very blink and you'll miss it. I remember the first time I watched it, I had to rewind because I'm like, wait, what? It just happened?
Oh my gosh, this is just the movie that gets better upon rewatch. For
sure. Oh yeah, no, because every time I watch it, it's like the first time because I'm always like, I forgot about this part. I forgot about this part. I forgot about this part. There's so much that I remember, and then there's so much that I forget that every time I watch it, I discover something new.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it is in some ways almost a sensory overload.
Oh yeah.
Especially towards the end.
Oh yeah. It gets to be a lot at a certain point. I will fully admit this is why I haven't given it the full 5 stars, is that a lot happens where I'm exhausted and there's still like 20-30 minutes left in the movie. I'm like, oh my God. I wouldn't say like they're legit criticisms where I'm like, oh, this ruins the movie. I wouldn't want the movie any other way. I love every frame of it. I'm just saying it can be overwhelming. Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, no, honestly, one of my dreams at some point is to watch this on psychedelics at some point. If you don't mind me talking about that on the podcast.
I don't care. Go for it.
Like, just because of how surreal it is, it just seems like one of those movies I want to watch it on psychedelics and see and just transport myself to a different world, basically.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies.
I feel like this would be one of those movies to watch intoxicated like that. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I still get because it's one of those movies like, yeah, you can watch high, but like you still get this weird feeling watching sober.
This is this is what it's like to be on drugs, baby.
Smoking tay drugs.
Yeah, smoking tay drugs.
Yeah. Two weeds.
Yeah. Yeah. How does it go? Don't do school. No, wait, no, sorry. It's not don't do school. Don't do vegetables, stay in drugs, eat your school.
Mm-hmm. Words to live by.
That's words to live by.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to think, like, where do I want to go next? What else did you have to say about the movie?
I'm trying to, like, think.
I know, because there's so much to this movie.
There's so much, but it's like hard to describe to someone who hasn't seen it.
Oh yeah, no, this is not because like I don't think obviously I mean I don't care about spoilers on this show. I never put up spoiler warnings, but like I mean we've already spoiled it. But even so, just watch the movie if you haven't seen it. Like we've spoiled nothing. Like it literally has to be seen to be believed.
Yeah, it really does, because you're not going to get the full vibe from us just talking about it. It is a very visual movie. It is a very vibes based movie. If you let yourself just go with the movie and just let it take you wherever it's going, you are going to have an experience like no other. This is gonna sound insane. It's kind of like Ryan's Babe.
Ryan's Babe, once again, bringing it up. No, but honestly, honestly, look, I know that's your favorite movie ever made. In a way, I do agree because, well, I mean, Ryan's Babe, there's no other movie like it. It's literally Ryan's Babe. But Ryan's Babe, yeah, the thing with that is that you just watch it and it also kind of operates on a dream logic where you're going, what the hell is actually going on? Because you don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And and they're just being pulled around this way and that. I will say House has a lot more cohesion than Ryan's Babe, but the point of Ryan's Babe is that it has no cohesion at all.
That's true. Yeah. Like again, we come up with the whole like fairy tale aspect with House where it's like, oh, there's this witch and she's eating the girls. Yeah, we get that with House. I understand that more than whatever the fuck they were doing in Ryan's Babe.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the story of that one? Yes.
It's not a movie, it's an experience.
Yeah.
I feel like that could go just as much for House.
Yeah. 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 if you need to take anything away from this House segment, I'll watch Ryan's Babe.
Yeah, watch the ultimate double feature, Ryan's Babe and House.
That would melt people's brains. I'm telling you right now.
That would actually be peak. I gotta try that.
No, it would be peak. Like we could handle it, but if you showed that to, the average Victorian child, it would melt their mind.
Maybe. I feel like the average Victorian child would understand House a lot better than Ryan's Babe.
Yeah, they'd just be like, it's work of witches and the devil.
Yeah, it's like, because it's a very simple story with simple tropes, but the way that it does everything just elevates.
That's
all
true.
Of it.
There's nothing simple about Ryan's Babe. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But the moral of the story is cat's good. Cat's very good. Cat sweet baby. Cat meow meow. I love cats.
The cat picture vomits out blood.
And it's a good kitty.
Yeah. It plays the piano at one point.
Exactly. So talented. So brilliant. So beautiful.
It's
a maestro. Pardon.
It sets Gorgeous's stepmother on fire. I think that's what happens at the end.
Yeah, I think so.
From what I've seen this movie, 5 or 6 times? I think that's what happens at the end.
No, real. I've seen it twice, and I'm also like, I think this
Yeah.
is what happens.
Again-
You would know more than me.
I know, and I know less than you. Like, that's the power of House, is that I've seen this movie 5 or 6 times, and again, I always forget things, and I always just come back to it and go like, I completely forgot about this part. Like, it's one of those rewatchable films that is, again, a new experience every time you rewatch it. You know, whenever it comes to rewatching movies, there's plenty of movies out there I'll rewatch, and I know every frame by heart. I just kind of go into a trance every time I watch it because I've seen it so many fucking times. Not this movie. It's a brand new experience every fucking time.
For sure. I will be honest, when I first watched this movie, I think I was working on a track during like the first 15 or so minutes, and then I got into it right when the spooky stuff was about to happen. So
Yeah.
I missed a lot of exposition, and that was an interesting ride. And then it was an interesting ride watching it all the way from the beginning and seeing all that context and being like, oh, that's why this guy is here when it comes to Mr. Tojo,
Yeah.
the teacher. I was just like, oh, that's what these were all about.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've seen it 5 or 6 times. I still don't
just
understand the
going with it.
context. Yeah.
I was just still going. I was just rolling with it. I was just like, okay, it's this kind of movie. I didn't need to know shit. It was great.
Yeah. I feel like you can watch it both ways. Like, you can watch it with the story in mind, or you can just watch it as shit happens, like vibes.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I feel like we're just gonna say it's peak over and over again.
Yeah. So I will say I have the DVD of it, the Criterion DVD. I could upgrade to the Blu-ray, but again, this was the very first Criterion thing I ever bought, so it holds a very special place in my heart. But yeah, I just wanted to also mention that it comes with like this little pamphlet that actually has like a really interesting, well, sort of it like goes over like the history of how this movie was made. I didn't finish it because the beginning was kind of cringy because it's like this dude just being like, oh, it's part of that what the fuck kind of cinema. It's just like, oh yeah.
I hate when people do that. I feel like this is a big problem, especially I feel like with J-horror, is people go, what the fuck, Japan? And then they kind of over sensationalize shit like a lot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, sometimes, yes, what the fuck, Japan? But also sometimes I feel like people really do overblow the sensationalism of some of these movies. And I get it. It's the thing that gets views. It's half of the people who watch the stuff about these have no interest in actually watching them, whether it's because, especially in the stuff that I delve into in regards to J-horror, because they think it's too extreme for them, which is valid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you showed us Guinea Pig 4 because we went out of order because you said that was the most accessible one.
Yeah, that's the most accessible Guinea Pig.
Yeah.
With the most inaccessible, I would say, it just, honestly, it's a kind of pick your poison type of deal between 2 and 6, where 6 is more like illness type body horror, and then 2 is just like faux snuff, but it's like artsy,
right?
And I kind of like the artsy faux stuff.
Yeah.
And me talking about Guinea Pig would be its own entire thing. I have thoughts about Guinea Pig.
Yeah, I mean the other thing that really bothered me about this little essay in this Criterion Collection DVD is it just loves like name dropping other horror movies to compare it to, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like, again, it's its own thing.
I feel like the closest one would maybe be like Happiness of the Categories. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, Happiness of the Categories. I remember we watched that on one time. Yeah, but it's going like, yeah. Let me see if I can even. Yeah, what is this?
Because I feel like this is like maybe the closest you could maybe get to something being comparable to House, but I would still consider it very much its own thing.
Yeah.
Compared to House.
Well, it's going like Carrie raised to the 7th power, Suspiria spiraling ever upward into some psychedelic 7th heaven. It's like, yes, I know what Carrie and Suspiria is. You don't have to like compare it to
I don't even feel like those are good comparisons.
Oh yeah,
At all.
here's something.
Whether it's thematically or stylistically. Oh, that's actually kind of pissing me off.
Yeah. What is this? A Louis Wayne like portrait of a fluffy white Bakaneko ghost cat redefines pussy power when it begins spewing more blood in a tiny format room than The Shining's elevator does in the entire Overlook Hotel. Like, shut up.
I hope re-releases of this actually have a different essay. This is awful.
Yeah, again, I didn't finish it, but I'm just like, ugh.
Because I know it said something. Because my school through Canopy has access to the Criterion channel.
Yeah.
And so that's how I watched this was through that. And if I look up, is Houses still on my list? I know I used the fucking Japanese name like a nerd.
I miss Canopy. I miss Canopy because like I watched a bunch of stuff through Canopy in college. Like that was a great website. Yeah.
It is less. Yeah, this description is a lot less chill, or not less chill. Is a lot like better. Like it's like how to describe Nobuhiko Obayashi's indescribable 1977 movie House, a psychedelic ghost tale, a stream of consciousness bedtime story, an episode of Scooby-Doo as directed by Mario Bava. And it's like, I think that's like fair.
Yeah,
like, I think that's like
that's what the DVD.
That feels like a lot more.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a lot more palatable than comparing it to Carrie and Suspiria. I feel like that's more accurate.
Yeah. Well, those are horror movies from the 70s. Ergo, it's the same thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. I'm so stupid.
Yeah, but what you were describing, that's the back of the DVD for the Criterion Collection. So they got that right. It's just this little pamphlet in the DVD has this little essay that, and to be fair, when he actually was starting to go over the history of like leading up to House, it's like, okay, this is interesting. It was just like this little like frilly things of like, oh, this has more blood than the elevator scene in The Shining. It's like, shut up. This is so cringy. Like, cut that out. Just go right into the history. Like, that's the interesting stuff. Like, I don't care about your fucking what movies you've seen and that you want to compare this to.
If I wanted to hear that kind of stuff, I would watch Spooky Rice.
Yeah. Or guess what? Maybe like, I know what Suspiria and Carrie and The Shining are. How about I watch those movies and like watch them on their own, because they don't have to be compared to this other movie. Like it's just I get it. Like sometimes I'll compare movies that have no reason to be compared to each other, but I don't know, just in a way that this guy was just doing it in such a cringy way where I'm just like, ugh, I actually hate movies now. Like after reading that.
Movie podcast canceled. This is now cryptocurrency shilling. How do you feel about $sign Gary?
$sign Gary.
Well, it's the hottest new meme coin on the market.
Well, I think $sign Gary is going to go up, and it's going to stay up because I have no economic training whatsoever, and what I say goes.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys gotta hop on $sign Gary.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to the moon.
We're going to the moon.
We're gonna hold them with these diamond hands. Ape together strong.
Ape together strong.
That's like an actual thing they say.
Oh wow. Hilarious. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll say this. Despite the essay being a little cringy, whatever. I'm keeping this because the DVD means a lot to me because it's the very first Criterion thing I ever owned, and the movie rules. Like no matter what. Again, like I said, it gets to be a lot halfway through, but by the time it ends and the stepmom catches on fire, and then it fades into that shot of the cat, and then it fades to black, and then it's just this happy credit sequence. It's like this was all well worth it. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know for you it's like a 4.5 stars. For me, this is like a 5 out of 5. I love this movie. I adore this movie. It is the perfect kind of weird for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies ever made. It's one of my favorite horrors ever made. It's one I would absolutely recommend to anybody. I mean, obviously, there's some people I know would look at this and be like, what the absolute fuck? But, maybe sometimes you need a little what the absolute fuck in your life.
Exactly. I love my what the absolute fuck moments.
Like Ryan's babe.
Exactly.
Are you thinking of keeping it, or do you want to own it at all
Oh,
physically?
I absolutely want to own it physically when I can actually start building a physical collection again.
Yeah.
So, college life ain't easy, bro.
Nope.
These Criterion DVDs
Yeah,
expensive.
they do be expensive though. Now, like, what is this? Like, fucking $37 for a DVD. Like, that's outlandish. Now, if it was for Freddy Got
Oh.
Fingered, I would buy that.
Loki, okay, Loki. Off tangent. I'm talking about fucking guinea pig again. But like, dude, if Unearthed Films dropped a reprint of the 6-box collection of the guinea pig movies, I would actually cave. I would cave so fast.
We're in the golden age of physical media. It's gonna happen someday. Like,
please,
they gotta get to the guinea pig movies on physical.
Well, no, they've got to it. It's just they're out of stock.
Oh, out of stock, out of print.
They're out of print. So I need them to do a reprint. So, CEO of Unearthed Films, Pookie, please, pretty please, if you happen to be listening, for me, please.
All right, is there anything else we gotta say, or do you want to end it here?
I don't think I have anything else to say, so we can end it right here.
We'll end it right here, and I'm gonna go into the next movie in the horror grab bag episode, right now. And finally, Slice, what is the horror movie you recommended for the horror grab bag episode?
A movie that I thought was going to be trash just because I wanted to review garbage, but no. It was, in fact, a different kind of movie called Decoys.
Decoys, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was expecting this to be a bit of the black sheep of the episode, because, what we've already talked about on this episode, we talked about The Fly, House, and Creepshow, all movies that I kind of predicted would be winners. I mean, because I've seen Creepshow and House before, and The Fly, I didn't know what really to expect, but then I watched it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is a classic. And then I see something like Decoys, something I've never heard of before. Because I've had the DVD a couple of years. I honestly could not tell you where I got it from. Probably one of the many houses I used to clean, but I had just had this funny looking horror movie on DVD that I'm like, the cover is hilarious because it's this kind of wintry backdrop, and then you have this face kind of photoshopped into the trees. Half of it's like the screaming girl, the other half is the alien, and then it just says Decoys. They can seduce anyone. Pray it isn't you. And pray is a delicious pun because it's Prey, not Pray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm in the same camp as you. I thought this was going to be garbage. It sort of is. It's a very trashy movie, but the kind of trash that makes it fun,
Objectively speaking, it is garbage since it's pretty low budget. I mean, this is basically a Canadian film, and you can kind of tell where they cut corners. I mean, there's a CFL poster in the movie.
Yeah.
Who watches the CFL?
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Canadian accents are hilarious because everyone's going, what are you talking about? Hey, and it's thick as Canadian accents. And at first I thought it was one of those movies where they pretend it's in America, but, because I feel like a lot of movies will do that, where they pretend they're in America. And it's just the thickest Canadian accents ever. And you're just like, come on, dude, who are you fooling? But no, at one point, they just straight up admit, like, oh, yeah, we're in New Brunswick. We're in Canada. So they're not hiding the fact that they're Canadian. It's like, all right,
no,
fine.
Not at all.
No. I mean, that's fine. Good for Canada. They need some W's up there. So,
yeah.
And one of their W's is Decoys.
A movie that still no one has heard of, so
right, yeah,
I wouldn't call it a massive W.
Right. Well, there have been worse things to come out of Canada, like Justin Bieber and Nickelback, and Justin Trudeau in blackface. That was pretty bad.
But it does give us Tom Green.
Yeah, that's true. That. You know what? If for all of those, and we still got Freddy Got Fingered, it's entirely worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, Decoys. So yeah, this was just a hilarious looking DVD, and yeah, as I've been saying with the grab bag, I said, the guests get to choose the movie, and Slice, you looked at every single horror DVD that I gave you, that I took a picture of. I sent you the picture, and you said, you know what? Let's talk about Decoys.
I mean, I'd never heard of this movie before. I have like no history previously. I
Mhm.
just was like, screw it. Let's go
Yeah.
with something kind of trashy, which
Honestly,
that's what I originally thought.
Honestly,
So,
I respect that, because that's kind of what I wanted people to do, because I wanted them to maybe choose something from the Gorehouse Greats or the Horror Classics collection or something crappy. But no, they went with The Fly, Creepshow, and House. 3 very good
Exactly.
movies. So fuck those
Yeah.
other guests. Slice, you're the cool guest this episode.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But then that also didn't work out, because we actually like this movie, because it's so. Look,
Yeah,
this
unfortunate.
this is a perfect wheel night movie. This is a movie you spin, you find randomly on Tubi, you watch, and you realize, okay, this is dumb, duh,
Yeah.
but it is hilarious. It's so much fun to watch. I love the 2000s cheese. I love the crappy effects. I love the Canadian accents. I just love everything. I love the story and how absurd it is,
I do too. I guess for some people who don't know, it's basically these aliens that disguise themselves as these college sorority women,
Mhm.
and then eventually they seduce the men into having sex, and then eventually during the sex they have like no belly button or something like that. There's this brown mark that they have,
It's like a hole,
and
yeah.
while they of course keep the windows open for cold air because they like the cold.
Yeah,
And
they're cold-blooded.
eventually the tentacles pop out of this area, and then they suck the life. they suck they suck the life out of them essentially, and breathe liquid nitrogen essentially onto them, giving
Yeah.
them this horrifying look that we get in the poster. It's kind of hard to explain if you've never seen it, but
Yeah, I mean, it's bordering on porn story, where it's like, oh, these
yeah,
hot alien babes are fucking these dudes to death. It's like,
I
okay, this
I
is
kind of
sleazy. Yeah.
I kind of weirdly saw this as a little bit like if American Pie was a horror movie or something like that, but minus less of the gross out humor.
I've heard, yes, I've heard comparisons to American Pie. I've heard comparisons to Species, another horror film that I've never seen. Um, I was getting a lot of vibes similarly to The Faculty. That's another horror movie from around like late night. This is early 2000s. That was late 90s, but similar era. But
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it is very much a sleazy, trashy horror film, but I think because it's so dumb, it is a little convoluted when you think about it. Because yeah, this alien race, and they disguise themselves as beautiful college babes, and the reason they're killing everybody is they're like, oh, we're trying to, like, save our species, and it's not working. And so you
Yeah.
think, okay, so the logical. There's a sequel, by the way, to this movie. They're continuing
Yeah.
the same shit. So it's like, all right, clearly it's not working. Why are we still doing this?
Well, I mean, the ending of the movie does kind of tease a sequel, so
It's just bizarre because, but again, trying to overthink it is indeed like not what you should be doing, because
no.
the movie is basically just an excuse for hot alien babes. And I mean, they're and that's the joke with the movie, the joke, quote unquote. I don't think this is a straight up comedy. It does
No,
lean sort of into, okay, I don't think we're supposed to be taking this seriously. Like, the filmmakers themselves know what they're making.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the editing or in the performances, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But like, yeah, no, this is not a very serious movie. Not that I was
No.
expecting it to be, but there is that. There's a huge difference between something like this and something produced by the Asylum Studio.
Yeah. I guess one point that I do want to touch on is how 2000s this movie is, because you can tell.
Yes.
I mean, the opening song feels like some sort of Green Day punk rock sort of thing.
Oh,
yes. There's this one film editing tactic that they've done in a lot of 2000s movies where it's kind of this really fast zoom in. I don't know what it's called, but I've seen it in a lot of movies around that time.
It's very
The one
choppy, yeah.
Yeah, the one that I can think of off the top of my head is Die Another Day, because I know they use that shot a fuck ton in that movie.
Mhm.
And it is, and you can definitely tell it was around that time when a lot of filmmakers thought this was artsy. But no, it just honestly looks pretty garbage.
Yeah, there's a certain styling of horror movies from this time, and this movie, I don't think this movie goes quite as far. Like I'm thinking of movies that were, you can tell, were heavily inspired by something like Seven or Saw, where it's this glitchy kind of editing. You know, one of the worst
Or
examples of that is
Scream,
what was
since
that one?
or even like Scream, since that was a popular movie to
Scream.
rip on, or scary movie.
Yeah, I mean, Scream more so at the jump scares, and trust me, this movie has plenty of jump scares. Yeah, so they get that from Scream. I'm talking more of the glitchy editing, where it's just like, oh, it's edgy and glitchy and digital, because, you know, it was the digital age. This was when digital stuff really took off, was the early 2000s. Yeah, the worst example of that is Fear.com, a movie I completely forgot I did an episode on this year. So, yeah, no, but this is definitely not on the same level as Fear.com, but it does have elements of that, and that's just because it was the style of the time, you know, 2004. Yeah, you're absolutely right. One of the most 2000s movies I've ever seen. 90% of the women are just showing off their bellies, you know, like the shirts cut off underneath their breasts, like you just see full on tummy. It's like, I'm not complaining, but that is absolutely a style from the time. You do not see that in movies anymore.
No, not really. It doesn't even make sense, because it's in the middle of, like, well, it's supposed to be around Halloween, I guess. Well, actually, I don't know when exactly, because at the beginning they show off it's like this random house in Halloween, which I assume is just a random killing, and then eventually they cut to a college that's in, like, the winter time. So actually, now that I think about it, what the fuck do the aliens do in the summertime? Do they just migrate up, or
because they're in Canada. Well, they're in Canada, and as you know, Canada is just snow every single day of the year.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, in this movie, it totally is.
Yeah. I think it is around Christmas, because they play Christmas songs at some point, and there's Christmas lights in the background. I was also thinking, because it's so close, because literally the beginning is Halloween. It's like, okay, what happened in those 2 months, or a month? Maybe November? But then I'm thinking, I was thinking Thanksgiving. They don't have Thanksgiving in Canada. I mean, they do, but they have it on the wrong day. They have it sometime in October. Yeah. But so yeah, no. I guess this is a Christmas movie, which I'm okay with.
I guess so.
I'd love to make this a Christmas tradition. Just watching Decoys.
You know what? I should myself too.
Yeah.
It will be along Black Christmas as my 2 horror Christmas movies.
There you go. Yeah, this.
Oh, yeah, and also Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Part 2.
That one too. Yeah, part 2 specifically.
Because you could just watch part 2, because it's literally just part 1 plus the Ricky scene.
I've only seen the first movie. I thought it was kind of mediocre, but I'm sure the second movie will give me.
You've never seen Garbage Day, the movie? Okay, interesting.
No, I've seen the first one, however, but I do want to see the sequel.
Oh, dude, you got to see you got to see Garbage Day, and then the other sequels after that. I guess you could watch for completionist sake, but like I'm just saying, don't rush to see 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I don't imagine that at all.
Anyway, no. So Decoys. Decoys. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, everybody's in midriffs, and it's like, okay, but we're in the winter time. Everybody should be freezing. Yeah. Even the girls who aren't alien babes, it's like, why are you dressed like this? But again, 2004. Oh, okay. Sorry, if you had other notes, I'm just gonna go off of whatever you have.
I guess I have some, but a lot of these are just more observations. Like,
that's fine.
Something that I noticed is that the cinematographer, his name was Daniel Villeneuve, and that made me think of You Know Who.
Ah.
And I looked it up just to be like, no, there's no way. And no, it wasn't. But I like to think he's the I don't know, lost stepbrother of Dennis at the family dinner table.
Yeah.
Dennis is talking about his accomplishments, and then poor old Daniel's like, I did Decoys, and everyone makes fun of him at the dinner table. That's all I can think of when I see the name.
Then he's just like, yeah, I just finished making Dune 3, and I am about to make James Bond movie. What did you do? I'm still living off. I'm still coasting off my work on Decoys. It's like, oh, well, shit. I guess I'll just kill myself. That's even better.
Yeah.
Why am I French and you're not? I don't know.
I don't know. There's a Cronenberg festival that we never got to see.
Yeah. So again, we talked about The Fly this episode. Crazy coincidence.
There's a mention in the movie about how there's like a Cronenberg festival, but they don't really do much with it. But I just wanted to point it out since it was like, whoa, an actual filmmaker.
Yeah, well, it's funny because the movie. So the basic, like we've been saying, the plot is that these alien babes are taking over, and the only guy who knows about it is the main character, Luke, who he also has a friend who's a girl, but she like secretly likes him, and he doesn't notice. It's like you know, that whole trope where she makes it incredibly obvious, and he's just too stupid to see that. But like, you know, I just one thing I remember her saying was that she's complaining about how naturally pretty the girls are. She's like, wow, they don't even need like eyeliner or something like that. And I'm just like, bitch, so are you. You're also conventionally attractive. Like this does not work in this situation because you're also this attractive actor type. It was so, but she's supposed to be the goth film lover. Like, hey man, let's go to the Cronenberg festival. Like, I'm not as pretty or cool as those girls, which is even funnier because the twist is she's also an alien. Spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like until like the last minute where they kind of are teasing, oh, everything's supposed to be as happy as it can be. And then at the last minute, they're like, oh, she's an alien. And then cut the credits.
Which I will say, thinking back on it, at first I was just like, oh, okay, I didn't see that coming. Good twist. But it's they probably wrote it at the last second. Like they came up with it as they were filming. They're just like, well, we got to have a ending stinger. And so then that's why they did it. So if you go back, it probably makes zero sense. But like, who cares?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I called it at like the last 5 minutes. I was thinking, no, they're going to do that.
Yeah.
But even then, thinking back, I don't think they gave any hints. Maybe the scene where the camera, or when they're trying to film the scene where our main character is supposed to catch one of the cousins, or it's either the one that looks like Phoebe from Friends or the other one who looks like Nicole Kidman, but they're trying to catch one of them.
Yeah.
And the camera just kind of corrupts out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be from her in particular, and her just trying to pretend like, oh, I don't know what went on, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that part made me laugh.
Sense of the ending.
That part made me laugh because she was just watching her crush get, like, fuck this 10 out of 10 blonde, and I'm just like, oh, she's in the cuck chair.
She was literally in the cuck chair right there.
I was laughing so hard. I mean, I was laughing so hard throughout the movie, but that especially made me laugh because she's just like watching her crush. Again, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme because, again, she's also an alien babe, so it didn't matter.
No, not at all.
Oh, but we talked about earlier how Scream definitely influenced this because of the jump scares, and I should amend that. When I say jump scares, I mean obnoxious jump scares, because that's what Scream revolutionized, was obnoxious jump scares. And this movie has plenty of that in a way that's funny though, because I find these jump scares hilarious because of how impractical they are. So we have the first one is the best one though. That's when they're at the party and he's talking to the girl. So he's already snuck into their dorm room and he saw them like expose their tentacles. So he knows they're aliens. So he's like suspicious of them. And so then he's just talking to her at the party, and all of a sudden she just does this like Snapchat filter like scream towards the screen, and just this alien pops out. And then it cuts back, and then it cuts to him just going, oh, and she goes, TikTok, because they're just like going out to the dance floor. It's like, what? I rewinded because I had to see that again because it played out so quickly. I'm like, what just happened? Who does that?
Oh no.
It was so funny. Go ahead.
Mention something? Yeah, can I mention something weird that I kind of just remembered now? For some odd reason, they kind of want to make a running joke in the movie that there's this one brace chick who was like getting beaten up for no reason. I don't know why they made that a running joke.
I
It's
love
the only
that.
joke that I can think of. They were trying to make a funny scene. So
Yeah. He spills the drink on her, and she goes, "It's Angora," and then the douchey quarterback who ends up with the blonde girl. He just goes,
yeah,
hey,
the dude was like, "What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
You need to lay it off." And I'm like, dude, all he did was just spill a drink. Calm your tits.
Yeah, so then he goes to punch the quarterback, and the quarterback moves out of the way because he's a quarterback, and then he punches the girl with the braces in the mouth. And I'm like,
then later in the climax, I don't remember exactly what happens, but she also gets decked in the climax too.
it was so funny. Yeah. Oh, we apologize here at Too Many Movies. We do not find beating women funny.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But anyway, oh my god. But yeah, funniest jump scare. Oh, there's another one a couple minutes later after quarterback, the quarterback lunkhead dies. And the coroner and the cop, the cop who weirdly has it out for the main character. I mean, I get it. He thinks he's a murder suspect, but it just feels weird just how out for him he feels. Anyway,
it was.
They're like, they're dealing with the body, and the coroner is just cutting into it, and it cuts to him opening the chest, and then an alien pops out, and then the main character like wakes up from a daze because he was daydreaming while at the police station. And it's like, what kind of was that in universe? Was that just an editing trick? What was that? It was a bizarre bit of editing, and that's what I love about this movie. Just scenes like that where it just flabbergasts you in a way that I don't think I've ever seen something that wild since the fucking what was it? Which Saw movie? I think it was Saw 4, where like the guy breaks through the window and then it's just into the fucking police station. I'm botching what happens in that movie, but if you've seen Saw 4, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I guess one thing that I noticed, which this is a random comment, but one of the characters' names was Gibby, and all I can think of was just Gibby from iCarly.
Oh yeah,
there's Gibby. There's what's that one other guy who looks like Chris O'Donnell? I'm trying to remember his name. He's the guy who gets impregnated, I guess, later in the movie, or is that what it was?
I saw him as more like Tim Robinson. Roger.
Yeah, that's probably his name, Roger.
Yeah,
he's the best friend of the main character.
Yeah, the one who's the virgin. He's like, I gotta get laid, man.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. He reminded me of like Tim Robinson or Frodo, like Elijah Wood a bit. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, for me it was just Chris O'Donnell from Batman and Robin. That's what I was thinking when I saw it.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Chris O'Donnell. I see that. Yeah. So anyway, their friend Nathan, aka Gibby, is. I loved it because he was acting very, urban, and I'm just thinking it's so funny. I'm just thinking it's so funny that is the darkest skin color they could find up in Canada to act that way. Like, hey man, what's up? It's me, Gibby. It's like, sir, you are Mexican at best. What are you?
Or an attempt.
Yeah. It was just, but it's just so funny, because he has the fucking headphones wrapped around. He has the sideways hat. He's just like, hey man, my name's Gibby. Yeah, his character trait is that his real name is Nathan, and they call him Nathan, and he goes, hey man, you don't call me Nathan, you call me Gibby. It's like, Gibby? That's the better name than Nathan? What?
Oh well, he deserved it coming in that cemetery.
Well, he does come. Well, he does come in that same. Yes.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the weird plot details before the climax was, as I mentioned earlier, one of the aliens all of a sudden kind of feels bad whenever, or basically the Virgin.
Yeah, she falls for. Yeah, so the one of the cousins, the cousins, quote unquote. It's Constance and Lily are kind of like the two main, sorority babes we focus on. And Constance is the one that kind of falls for Roger because she feels bad, but she still ends up being, the villain of the movie. I thought that was kind of cool that they were trying to make them a little sympathetic. It's like, okay, that's kind of neat. It didn't matter because Roger dies because he chokes.
Yeah. I mean, he wanted to be. Yeah. He wanted to be a baby, or not a baby, but have a baby with this alien.
Because he's that horny. Like I think that's the joke. So. He's that horny. He'll just do it. Yeah, and then he dies in the funniest fucking melodramatic death scene ever, where he's just dying in the ambulance.
Song that played. It's just Sarah McLachlan ass.
Yes,
song that made me burst out laughing.
It was so good.
So sappy.
It was the sappiest shit, and it's like, am I supposed to be taking this seriously? Because this is literally like, if they were still making spoof movies. This would be a joke in the modern day Naked Gun. Like, that's how sappy of a joke that's how sappy of a scene it was. But it was played 100% straight.
It was
bizarre, bizarre movie.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did want to talk a little bit about, because I wanted to ask some questions. I don't know if you have the answers, but I want to ask into the ether, I guess. What is the deal with Luke, the main character, and the detective character, Detective Amanda Watts? What is that? Because
they're beef?
Yeah, because there's two detective characters. There's the guy detective who's like, who's always busting the balls of Luke. But then there's the actress is Nicole Eggert. Funny, her character's name is Amanda, and she was Amanda in Amanda and the Alien. Good movie. Everybody should watch it. But like, so she's the detective. She's also the detective character because you got to have a woman detective and a guy detective in these horror movies.
Yeah,
whatever. I've noticed that is a bit of a trope when you think about it. There's always a guy detective and a woman detective.
Yeah, that is odd.
But anyway, point is, the movie makes it seem like Luke and Detective Amanda have a history, and it's never really made clear. Did they fuck?
I'm gonna assume yes. I don't know. I don't remember if they made that clear either.
Yeah, because I thought that's what Roger was saying, where he's just like, "Oh, dude, you and that one," and Luke was like, "I don't want to talk about it." It's like, you're in college, dude, a freshman. What do you mean you fucked this 40-year-old detective woman? What? Like,
I don't want to know about this main character. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it was so bizarre, and I thought like, oh, are they gonna explain it? And they never really do. But he knows this woman because like when they first introduce him, he's just like, Amanda. Like, he knows who this person is before like, they don't meet each other, and they met before the movie started. It's made incredibly unclear. I don't know what's happening. And, I guess we should just add that onto the pile of bizarre details in this movie.
I guess so.
Yeah. So again, I figured you wouldn't have the answer, but again, it's still head scratching. It's like, what is their history? Or maybe it was explained and I wasn't paying attention, but hey, look, I was too busy focusing on literally everything else.
Yeah. And of course, the major thing about this movie, a certain line that, I'm trying to think how to segue into that.
No, that's fine. The climax. Yeah. So
the climax.
So the climax is, so the main character, Luke, has just had enough. Roger's dead. The sorority. Yeah.
Before we continue, I will say the actor for Luke, he's really going all out during this last third of the movie, I've noticed, because it seems like he's kind of going batshit insane at this point at the tail end of the movie, because it seems like he's like going crazy or something like that.
Yeah.
And I thought he was a blast during that last third.
Oh, dude, the flamethrower scene is his.
Oh,
It's
the
got to be his
flamethrower.
magnum opus for acting.
It is easily.
Yeah.
Before we say the line, they set up something about the Belt of Orion and how somebody's like lonely or something.
Yeah, Lily's just like
I don't
pointing
think-
up into the sky at one point in one of their, early conversations. It's after quarterback guy dies and he's like consoling her, quote unquote. He knows they're aliens and she's just like, you see that? That's the Belt of Orion. I think he's misunderstood. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, setting that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then, later on in the movie, when it's fully out there, he's convinced the detective woman. They go to the sorority house. I don't remember why this is like a big night. Why this is the climax? I guess it's just like, oh, we're deciding to. I don't know. It's the night of us.
Yeah, I don't think they ever say why they're doing this.
No, they're just at the sorority house, and they have this Australian dude and this black dude. Just there, and he's just like, "Oh, this is entertainment," or something like that. And and so then he goes to confront like all the sorority babes, and he throws the boiling water at that one girl who's not a sorority babe. And granted, she was acting suspicious throughout the whole movie, but I guess she's the quote unquote red herring, where it's like, okay, it's not a red herring if she was nothing, because she was suspicious the entire movie. And it amounted to nothing. So this is just whatever. But she's just suffering from 3rd-degree burns. He's like, oh, never mind. It just fucking flamethrowers everybody else. Oh my god. So back to the Belt of Orion. Yeah, he confronts Lily and goes, Belt of Orion, huh?
More like the Belt of O'Frien.
The Belt of O'Frien. Yeah, they really go. They really go for it. And he Jim Carrey's the fuck out when he screams.
Oh yeah,
he looked like Jim Carrey at times, where I'm like, holy shit, what is happening? And it's like, yeah, that's your big badass line. How about Belt of O'Frien?
Honestly, I thought that was a badass line. So
yeah, it was so dumb. It's badass. But I agree. It's so good. It's like nobody would have ever thought of that. I could never in a million years think of something like that. And these writers
never
did.
Thought of that either. So
yeah. And the fact that, again, he literally looks like Jim Carrey with the fucking goggles and the fire. He's just screaming his head off like, how about the Belt of O'Frien?
I just thought he was more wearing like the Ghostbusters gear. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, just with flamethrowers.
But with a flamethrower instead of an ectoplasmic gun.
Yeah, no, totally. Oh, just what a crazy fucking movie. Just
I know.
So dumb. Purely just built off of the writer's barely disguised fetish where they just want, tentacles coming out of hot babes. Which, like, okay, sure, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the best case scenario for that, where it's literally just fetish shit, but the movie's not that bad. It's not great. It's horribly convoluted because, again, it's like, oh, we need to repopulate, but we keep failing with the humans. It makes no sense.
Unless if it's specifically in the cold or something like that.
Which, again, also dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then, yeah, I literally love this movie just because it is so stupid. It is so dumb. And again, Belt of O'Frien, hilarious. Another line, I actually mentioned this in my review, I want to shout out, is when, they first see the football kid just dead, and Luke and Roger are there, and Luke just goes, holy shit, and Roger responds with, there's nothing holy about that shit. That is a genuinely good line. I'm like...
I think for most people, if they're going to see this movie, to give them an idea, the line that transitions to the opening is, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. No, I highly recommend Decoys because, again, I was expecting it to be the black sheep, and in a way it is, but it is exactly what I want out of a horror movie like this. Obviously, something like The Fly, House, Creepshow, those are genuinely good. Those are great films. Obviously, House and Creepshow are some of my favorites. The Fly I've only seen once. That's probably going to become a favorite of mine. That was really good. Decoys is something that I want out of a Wheel Night movie. Something, when I think of Wheel Night movies, I think of movies that are just so insane but so entertaining. I've had so much fun with Tubi movies from that. And yeah, Decoys, I can see just becoming one of those so batshit insane movies that is so much fun to riff on, so much fun to watch every Halloween or Christmas, because this is technically a Christmas movie.
Technically, yeah.
Just what an absolute delight of a film. Bravo, Canada.
Yeah, bravo, Matthew Hastings.
Thank
so
you.
much so, he was probably proud of this movie to make a sequel.
Well, he did make he didn't make the sequel. I don't think he had anything to do with the sequel.
I don't think so, but I know some of the cast does return from the previous movie, like the brunette chick. I know she returns. I know in the sequel they have that one disposable woman from Starship Troopers. I saw that on Letterboxd.
Dina Meyer.
But yeah.
They also have Tobin Bell. Yeah, so it actually makes zero sense that there are any characters from the last movie in Decoys 2.
Well, except the brunette chick, but
the brunette chick. So are you talking about Alex, the girl that's secretly an alien the whole time?
Yeah, that chick.
She does not return in Decoys 2.
Wait, she doesn't?
No, she's not.
She did.
No. So it's Constance comes back. So Constance dies.
What?
I think it's explained in the climax of Decoys 2. I just watched it this morning. I barely remember anything about it already. But yeah, I think Constance comes back, and I think when she's in alien form, when she's about to defeat Luke, she goes, "You killed one of my clones." It's like, clones? When was that established?
Oh, I forgot about that line. Even then,
no, there is no. It's in the sequel. Did you watch the sequel?
Oh, no, I haven't yet, but I will plan on.
Oh, I mean, it's not as good. I guess it has some cool things, but Luke comes back. It's like, I thought he was, being choked to death at the very end of the last movie, but here he's like, and then I woke up in the hospital. What?
Even then, wouldn't it make sense to bring back Allie, since she's still alive at the end of the movie?
Yeah, if anything, have Alex come back and she moves to a different college of 30-year-olds.
But spoilers for most people, but doesn't Alex die at the end?
No, because she's the one who's secretly an alien the whole time, and she's the one choking Luke. So
Luke.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, who the fuck was Alex?
Alex is the girl, right? Wait, what is her name? Or is it Vicky? No, not Vicky. Alex.
You said it was Allie.
Alex. Yeah, Alex. She's the one. Oh. Yeah, she's the Cronenberg
that's the one that
chick.
I've been referring to.
Okay.
The one who is the alien at the end.
Yeah, that's Alex, the one who was an alien the whole time, and you nobody knew.
I'm just mixing up names right now. Alex, Ellie, they're both an A name.
These are not very memorable characters. So
no, I'll be honest, I don't remember most of these characters' names.
Yeah. I mean, the main character's literally named Luke. It's like, I guess this is more important than Star Wars. Fuck that movie with a main character named Luke. This is the movie with a main character named Luke. You should be worried about.
The only thing I remember about Luke is he's either a psycho or a creepy pervert. That's all I know.
Oh, he's both. Yeah, because he sneaks into the dorm at the beginning because he wants to return the quarters, and he just goes into their room. Oh my god, the funniest fucking thing when he sneaks into their room and their beds are literally next to each other, and he just makes the funniest fucking face when he sees that. It's just because he just goes,
"Oh, that face is gold." I remember that so well.
And it was the subtlest thing I've ever laughed that hard at. Just him going, I can't do it justice audio wise.
It's best if you watch it.
Yeah, so that's, again, I highly recommend people check out Decoys.
I highly recommend it too.
Yeah,
it's one of those funny bad movies.
I need to force Wheel Night people to watch it, because this is a perfect Wheel Night movie, and then we'll end up just watching 5 minutes of it, and people will go, "This is boring. Shut it off." So
just be like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait for it.
Yeah, and then we get to the funny parts, and they just go, "This isn't that funny." So it's like, well, this was all for nothing. But
damn it, we'll think it's funny.
Exactly. No,
That's all that matters.
Decoys is a definite winner. So I'm keeping the DVD. Not only just because of
Alrighty.
the movie, because like I was telling you when I was first watching it, the trailers are hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you got the same trailers, but all three of them that I got were basically kind of these also low budget movies.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that I got were Asylum of the Damned, which was basically this extremely 2000s edgy schizophrenic trailer.
I added it
And
to
then
my watch list immediately because I thought it was so fucking funny looking. But yeah, Asylum of the Damned.
Yeah. Oh, you probably got the same ones that I do. The
Yeah.
other two were Boa versus Python.
Yep.
For some odd reason, Jim Cummings is doing the voiceover for the trailer.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Starship Troopers 2. Which, to be honest, I did not like the first Starship Troopers, but I should watch
Oh.
the second one.
Yeah.
Personally,
No, go ahead.
yeah, personally for me, when it came to the first Starship Troopers, I thought it was more focused on its it's focused on its commentary as opposed to its characters, which for me, I'm kind of someone who kind of cares more about character within a movie
Oh yeah.
as opposed to having a good mess. Well, I mean, there can be a good commentary within, but
Of course.
most of those characters are so fucking bland and so disposable.
Yeah. Oh
in that
yeah.
movie.
I mean, for me, I liked it, but I think I mean, I agree. I think the point of that movie is the commentary trumps kind of the characters more so. So,
Yeah.
when I think Verhoeven at his best, I obviously prefer something like RoboCop and Total Recall.
Right.
I think for me,
Shout out, watch the Total Recall episode. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, look at
I
that.
was in that one.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, what a weird connection. They're all connected.
Well, they gave us Starship Troopers 2 for the trailers, so.
Yeah, well, it must have been good then because they made like 3 more sequels after that.
Oh yeah, totally not because it was a popular cult following movie.
Of course, no.
No, not at all.
But yeah, I'm keeping the DVD. So you clearly have the same DVD as me. Are you keeping that?
Yes,
Yes.
especially since actually I don't know if you got the same DVD, but I also have a dual pack with the sequel, and it also gave me a free receipt, basically like saying, "Go see Resident Evil Extinction." Which no, I'm not going to see it. I'm sorry, filmmakers, but no.
Oh, if you already have the sequel on DVD, then yeah, you should watch it. I was going to say if you didn't have access to the sequel like that, I would say don't bother. But honestly, if you have it on DVD, like yeah, take advantage of that.
Yeah, I bought it like for like $5 on eBay. So
Oh, that's
it wasn't
perfect.
expensive.
That's perfect, dude. Oh, the only slip of paper I have in my Decoys DVDs, so it has like Decoys. It has a picture. Oh, it's a proof of purchase thing. But then
lame.
on the back it says other great DVDs. Oh, let me list these. Kaina, The Prophecy, Underworld, Starship Troopers
Ugh,
2.
I hate them.
Yeah, it's Starship Troopers 2 on DVD. Oh, Boa versus Python. Okay, so Starship Troopers 2 and Boa versus Python are on here. 2 more. Alien Hunter, starring James Spader.
Interesting. The Stargate guy.
Yeah, and Hellboy.
Wait, the original Hellboy?
Yeah, the one from 2004, the Del Toro one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look, one movie that I like.
Yeah, yeah. Out of 6 movies, 1.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's so far progress.
Yeah. No, this is a great DVD. I'm keeping this. So look at that. We're keeping the movie. I mean, look at that. All 4 movies from the Grab Bag episode we're keeping. That's great. That makes this year's horror Grab Bag episode huge success.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Even if I haven't seen the other 3, but I will assume a success.
I mean, yeah, I'd highly recommend The Fly, Creepshow.
I just came for all I came for.
Yeah, well, Decoys is the best out of all of them.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Let's gaslight the other people.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for the horror grab bag episode, everybody. Slice, this is usually where guests get to shout out their stuff, but the other 3 didn't get to. So to be fair, they don't. I'm not gonna have you shout out your stuff. So nobody go follow Slice King on Letterboxd.
Oh man. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't have people follow on my letterbox. That's a shame.
Yeah, don't
Otherwise,
follow him.
Yeah, the other 3 don't deserve it. So yeah.
Who cares?
Exactly. Who cares? All right, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this horror grab bag episode, everybody. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween or whatever, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Slice,
It's ironic.
play them out.
Oh, it's ironic you chose me for this episode, since I don't care for Halloween as a holiday. If I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, before we go, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't care for Halloween, dude?
Honestly, it's my least favorite holiday out of any holiday in general.
Really?
Mostly because I kind of see it as a holiday where I don't know. I don't really see any value in it as an adult aside from wearing costumes. But even then, there's no. I've had this discussion with my friends because obviously they don't agree.
Right.
But it's mostly whenever you think of holidays like Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, they're usually with a positive connotation. What's the positive connotation of Halloween? Getting scared the shit out of?
Eating candy.
I guess, but even then, I've always considered it a pointless holiday. I know I pissed off everyone in this goddamn video, but I don't care. I'm being the Hollywood slander guy out of anybody. I am the biggest Halloween hater of them all. Even if I'm right now a black cat on my profile pic.
That's funny. Yeah, that's how we'll end Halloween 2025, folks. Slandering Halloween.
Agree. Fuck Halloween. See you all. Fuck you.